People say I ain't no good, and I'm crazy as a loon. Cause I shave my head in the morning, pick guitar in the afternoon. Just like old Chief and Charlie, I like to lay around in the shade. Well, I ain't got no money, but you better believe I got it made. Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, just leave this bald-headed country boy alone.
What's up, folks? Thank y'all for tuning into the Josh Terry podcast. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know right now this show is not for children. Even if you're adult, probably not for you. Hold the fuck on tight. We're going to have fun the next little bit. I have got some wild childs in here with us right now. Some of my favorite people. They're fun as fuck. We always have a good time when we get together. But before I introduce them, Cam Harden has also decided to come hang out with us. He put together our Airbnb this time. And, dude, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us.
I just love hanging out. Let's have a good time.
Yeah, love you, Bubba. And then
I get the microphone, by the way, which is not bad, but you guys probably have a lot more experience handling than I. I've been better.
Oh, wow.
I know you didn't already make a
mean,
dick
yeah.
joke
We
before these
need
bitches
me to
got a
handle the
chance
mic.
We
to.
can teach you.
And we're off.
We have
Out the gate.
plans to teach
We're running
you.
fast. Let's go.
Well,
Do you need us to hold the mic for you?
I'm shaking. Jesus Christ.
I'm a very good mic holder.
and David McMahon's here. He's running the cameras for us.
Big
Thank you,
Dave. Thank you,
David.
Dave.
Hey guys,
Thank you so much.
how's it going? I don't know why I'm
I
here.
bet this room just feels like home for you.
It really does. Feels great.
Jesus
Back with my
Christ.
people.
It's
David,
so fucking
I ain't gonna fuck with him yet. Anyway, well, modern day cowgirl. I hollered at
Yes.
because I literally asked him a while ago before we got started. Hey, is there anything you don't want me to fucking say? And 5 seconds into the show, she's like, "Not my name." After you said it, so modern day cowgirl, Christian name.
The modern day cowgirl. That's who I am. And we have an awesome group of girls here as well. We have Scarlett here with us.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we've got Mandy, we've got Ivy, and Sonia.
Well, you just introed them like shit, dude.
She's so excited.
Okay,
Wow,
well, everybody
she's
just
happy to
introduce
be
yourself.
here.
Very excited for us to be here.
Introduce yourselves.
Jesus. Well, that went to shit quick. Each one of y'all, first off, we'll do this. Everybody drop their socials to start off with so people can look them up now before they completely block you and delete you before the end of this shit. So, Sonia, start with you. Just name, socials, all that good shit.
So my name is Sonia Terry, and my socials are Sonia Ann. You can look it up by Sonia Ann if you punch it in Instagram. Then I have a spicy account that's sweet underscore Ann underscore XX or XOXO, sorry. And you can look up some spicy stuff there. And then I also have TikTok, and you can look it up for Sonia Ann, the tag. So
Say,
Yeah,
there you
thanks
go.
for having
Be
me.
wordy when it's your turn. Yeah, let's drop all that shit.
Yeah.
What's up, Ivy? I've got to do a show with you here recently. Cool. I thought you were cool as shit doing the show with, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had a good time with you and Missy that day. You were fun.
It was fun. I'm Ivy. My socials are all the IC Ivy. Thank you.
Boy, y'all can suck a dick, but y'all can't use a microphone to talk, boy. Y'all can promote. Yeah. No, I saw what she was doing, and like,
What you doing with
That's-
that thing,
it's
girl?
not her first time.
We're all just horny.
I do not usually perform with a microphone. I apologize.
She's a lot more comfortable with the dildo in her hand.
Oh,
That's
that
what I was saying.
is a
You know what we
fact.
should have done?
That
We
is
should have got dildo shake mics.
Yes.
I bet you
That's
guys
a
get a
good
cover
idea.
for it too. with
You
the
guys
tip.
would have been great.
That would go crazy.
Yeah. A cock sleeve. That's all you need.
It's
I
a
just
cock
ordered
sleeve.
one.
We were just talking about
Yeah.
that.
Just ordered one for my saddle.
Yeah.
So I can ride my saddle with the cock on it.
Yeah.
Because that's what cowgirls were made for.
God damn.
Exactly.
The modern day ones, at least.
Hey, I don't even. I can say your name, right?
Mandy.
Mandy.
Mandy.land, and I think it's the same on the spicy links, and I honestly don't even know what the rest of my socials are.
Well, that's definitely how
I
you
don't
get
know
more
what,
people to
yeah,
pay
you
attention
know what?
to your
If you
social
find it
media
on
accounts.
if you
We're
find it on
hauling ass.
Instagram, then the rest of it kind of will come along. I tag my stuff on there all the time.
I know, before we keep going, I know all y'all are entertaining, by the way. You don't have to be shy. Like some of y'all, if you can sit there and fucking flash the world, everything else. You can talk, have a good time. This
We do
ain't no
more
difference.
than flash the world.
I was gonna say,
I
you
know.
want me to do that right now?
Uh,
Do you want us to flash the world?
we're not recording at all, Gypsy. You can wait till the next one now, Dick. Let the door shut. We're recording. Go fuck away. We are in a house full of fucking people right now, and it's content creators, and I hate that fucking word, but that's what they do, and they're making all kind of shit all over the house. A lot of musicians and stuff here, so you might never know who the fuck's gonna walk in that door in a minute, but they're not supposed to. I about said your fucking name again because that's stupid because I know you outside of your thing. Anyway, modern day cowgirl, drop all your shit.
Yes, I am the modern day cowgirl, and that is my social on everything. Twitter, also my spicy account where I do mostly like my outdoor content and then pegging as well. I am taking applications right now for pegging as well, so definitely find my socials because that is where you can put an application in to be bent over by me.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of my friends that are going to, especially not me.
You always say you're not going to do things like not follow me, but then you do it. So that's why I'm throwing it out there. It's a line. Take it or you don't have to,
First
but
off,
it's there.
bitch, hold on. We're not throwing shade like that right off the bat. I'm a grown ass man that
here
likes
we go.
women, and you send me a free link to something, bitch, I'm looking. Like, I'm not paying to look, but you send me a free link,
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Like
so
the free
don't be
pizza.
like, oh, he followed me back. Like, no.
You didn't follow me back. I didn't follow you.
Why would you?
I don't know. You put your ass out there on OnlyFans. You obviously expected us to follow you.
Yeah, I tried that. I thought it'd be funny, but doing the satire pictures, this is not funny. And I don't like. I only did it for like 2 weeks and did 2 different photo shoots. It's just not fun.
It's a lot of work, honestly. You
This
have
is
to
not
genuinely enjoy this and want to be
Yeah.
a creator, just like the musicians and stuff. Like, it gets hard. It's a lot of
Well-
work. You have to love it.
But before I tell you the rest of that, I don't know which one you're gonna go by. I think it starts with a S, but I don't want to fuck it up now.
Yeah. So
Scarlett.
I'm Scarlett Benz on all my socials on TikTok. You'll find my link tree on Instagram, but you're also gonna find me on the live cam on Pornhub. I stream with StreamMate, Celeb TV, name it. I'm doing it. So
Usually when my friends are like, "Hey, you can find me on Pornhub,"
yeah,
they're playing.
Yeah,
Y'all aren't.
I know.
But no, I quit.
No, we're not playing.
No, I know. I know. But I decided not to do it too, just for the simple fact that, like, I do work with a lot of y'all and have fun with a lot of y'all. And I got to think about it, and I always overthink shit anyway. But it was like, what if they think I'm making fun of what they do? Like, and I think some people would, because that's what I really meant it as, but like in a nice, playful way.
Well, you
But I
did
think-
the other day.
But I think some people, what?
You did the other day. You posted a video on your TikTok of a girl and your daughter making fun of OnlyFans girls. You did make fun of OnlyFans girls.
I make fun of y'all all the
And
time.
it's satire. Yeah, but that one was
Yeah, so why are
dirty.
you worried about it now?
That one was
was
bad.
it?
That was a shitty one. No one likes that one. No one likes that one.
First off,
No one here likes that one.
Well, I could give a fuck less
That's
because on the other side of shit, like the same way y'all
Views,
have a
I get
personal
it.
life, same way y'all have like a personal life and everything, there's people in your personal life that you've dated or whatever before that probably don't like some of the shit that you do. And they put up
Amen.
with it because they care about you.
Oh no, they don't.
But when they want to take shots about it, you have to be open to it to where it's like you know that it's meant in good taste. And if anybody else wants to take it in bad taste, just the whole side of my asshole.
I think it's
I'm
just
trying
like
to.
You're not
We're
gonna
into
get that.
assholes.
Really?
You
I'm
know
trying.
this, Josh. We're into assholes. You
Yeah, I
know
don't get
this.
that so much, but yeah, y'all play whatever you got to.
You don't have to put an application in, right?
You don't
not
have
going
It's
to.
just top of the
to.
line.
top of the list.
You're at the
No.
top of the list.
Sounds like I'm gonna get the
We
application
got
shoved
you.
up my ass.
Kim, we're hanging out. Yeah.
Cam, you're coming home with us. You almost came home with us last night.
I did.
You were close. I seen that look in your
I
eye.
wanted
You
y'all to
knew
go
what
to
was up.
karaoke. You missed my rendition of Highlands in the Stream.
You didn't miss much.
Why did that not happen?
No.
I know.
Oh,
He
we
knew
would
what
have
was up last
used
Why did
night.
that
you.
not
We
happen?
would have just bent you over and
yeah.
ran a fucking train on your
Talking about
asshole.
upstairs, that was a lot of fun. He missed a lot.
I don't know what y'all
Is
talking
that what y'all were
about.
talking about upstairs last night?
We were not even upstairs. We were
At the
downstairs.
bar.
She's drunk.
At the bar.
Oh yeah, we had a really no. We were talking about taking him home.
Sex
tape
we
When
made
they
last-
left
Yeah, I got
us,
pretty
we
heated.
had fun at the bar. I mean,
We did enjoy our time.
We had flashing tits
Yeah,
and
running for
everything.
office? We did, in fact. we were there.
In fact,
We had a fantastic time. This is my alibi.
Y'all are all fucking stupid.
She's
And I
talking
like
about
it.
us flashing our titties at the
Yeah.
people last night to get free drinks.
Yeah.
Listen, we
I'll
only
buy
know how
you
to
a
use
drink.
our
I have
bodies.
tried that
You
and
do not
tried
gotta
that. It
pull
just
your
does
titties
not work out for me.
Doesn't have the
Come
same.
with us
Well.
tonight. It will work.
She was
Yes.
putting my titties away every
Cool.
time I pulled them out. She would
I don't
want
want to fight a police officer over random titties being thrown around.
She was,
They
she
were
was-
thrown around.
Well,
She
most
was
police
titty
officers don't
blocking.
fight you either over random titties being thrown around.
They might. What if they're having a bad day?
Chelsea and I had
Yeah.
the titty thing.
Some of them
covered
have
last
bad
night.
days.
I'd be flashing everywhere. I like to have my titties out.
I mean, I'm
Go
not
for it.
against titties being out. Trust me. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
Usually it's
time
the
and place.
That's what I'm saying.
Everywhere. place.
Everywhere, anytime is the
free
time.
drinks. What is a better time?
It-
Like,
There's
what are
no
you
better-
talking
What's
about?
fucked up though, and like I know you probably don't think about this because it's just a bar and having a good time or whatever, but because it's still a restaurant in most of those places, there's kids there.
Broke.
So like if you flash them at the wrong time and a cop gets you, all of a sudden, guess what list you're on? Yeah, you better like if it's
That's
just like a
exactly-
No
regular.
Chuck E.
What
Cheese
did I
for
tell
life
y'all
list.
earlier?
That's
I'm
exactly
on
what
that
she said.
shit. I will never.
No, she's not on the
Not me.
list.
No,
That's
she's
not
not
what
on the
she
list.
meant. She's not on the
We were
list.
talking about it earlier because we
Yeah.
were talking about it. I was like, y'all can't just pull your titties out like that because
can't.
you gonna catch a charge. And they were like, they're just titties. Until you have a criminal record because of your
what's a
tits.
Catch a charge. Anybody that says catch a charge knows a lot of people that have caught charges.
I do.
She's caught charges. It's not that one.
I don't have any charges. My criminal record is squeaky clean.
Shit goes
but my
down just like
friends are a
12,
different
12.
story.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, but you can't do that. I don't see
do
none of y'all
that.
get in trouble.
I don't do that.
Well, I flashed.
So-
I flashed at the Grand Canyon once, and a dad was like, "Do it again. My kids want to see like talking like an asshole." And I was like, "Okay," so I did it again for the kids.
And that's how
Was
you
he
get put
American?
on a
Was that like an American,
offender
like it's
list.
just a wholesome
For the-
family
for the
guy?
kids, you know.
Of course, a European would never tell you to put your titties away.
No,
They're way
exactly.
more
They would
cool.
be like, oh no,
Yeah,
by all
you're just
means.
naked.
But
No
he
big
was
deal.
like, he was upset.
Turn it loose.
He
Can
did
I
not
buy
want,
some milk?
He was not.
He
He was not.
he
being
was
serious.
upset. He was
I
like,
would
"Fuck
have,
you."
if I was the dad there, I would have cussed you the fuck out.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was definitely
100%.
mad. He was being so sarcastic, but I did it
Yeah.
again because fuck you.
Some people have that kink though to see outdoor stuff and like public stuff.
That
Like
is
there's
one of
some
my-
weird kinks.
So
Yeah,
pretend
but
like
once
there's
again,
other
time
people
and
there,
place.
but do it when there's nobody there.
It's
Last
one of my
night,
top
everyone in the
photos.
circle literally wanted to see what they saw. So there was no children there.
No.
There
Oh,
was
no, no, I'm not saying there
Not
was.
last night,
I'm
but
just
in
saying,
general.
There was
you-
definitely
Yeah,
children at
in
the Grand
general.
Canyon.
Yeah, you can't-
Totally.
you
You
can't
can't
get
just
mad.
go around just. I mean,
No.
Yeah, you
come
can't get
on.
mad if something bad happens to you because you did it, is what I'm saying.
I wouldn't be upset.
Well, if anybody wants to
You,
see
you
it,
ever been in handcuffs?
Yeah.
Like the good way, but like in the back of a cop
Yeah.
car? You
Both
seem
ways.
like the type
Yeah.
that has been in the back of a cop car.
Have you
What have
really?
you been in?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
definitely have a felony, right?
No.
Can I get?
Definitely have a felony.
Can I get? Can I
Went
guess?
straight to 10.
Can I guess what you've been arrested for?
I mean, it's.
It's
yeah,
definitely
that's
assault, right?
No.
no.
You look like a
Assault-
crazy bitch that'll
assault to
punch
an
a
asshole.
She
dude.
would never. She would
Assault to an
never.
asshole goes crazy.
What?
She could have caught a
Assault to
charge.
the asshole.
I could have caught an assault charge for that one.
Yeah.
Literally.
He was bleeding.
What?
was bleeding.
What did you? So what did you get charged for?
Just a DUI, but it got rescinded. So.
I got one of those.
Yeah.
You ain't cool till you got to do
No.
that.
Yeah, who doesn't have one here?
Yeah.
I do not,
I do not have a DUI.
It got rescinded.
I
don't
will
have
tell
it
you
anymore.
this: I do not suggest fucking getting one.
Nope.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
criminal
I'm
record is
fine over here
squeaky
where I'm
clean.
at.
I'd rather buy another horse.
I'm a good kid.
It's about the same
Same.
price.
I mind my ones and twos.
I mean, he can still put the handcuffs on me.
Not
if he
facts,
wants
but
to.
I'm not going to jail after. Are you
I
kidding?
ain't going to jail.
You know how I told y'all it's gonna be hard for everybody not to talk at the same time? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Because right now, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, like, when you hear it back, you'll be mad at yourself.
I'm about to have an aneurysm trying to swap between all these.
Oh yeah, I know.
fast.
Yeah. See, now y'all are awkward. Don't be awkward. Just have it in your head not to fucking do it.
He's
Every-
diddling? What's he diddling?
Having 5 girls in one room is a lot. Like, we've all been in an Airbnb together for the past 24 hours, and it's been a lot. Luckily, the Airbnb is massive, so whenever we're diddling ourselves in one room, if you're like 2 stories up, you won't hear it. But we are hearing everyone's conversations,
Yeah.
mostly the moaning and the squirting and weird shit like that. But
Yeah.
Squirt so loud you can hear it from the top floor.
The waterfall.
Where are y'all staying at again?
about 5 minutes from you.
That sounds like a good slipping slide.
It's called the Playhouse, the Play Lounge,
It's
the
literally
Playmate
called the
Lounge.
Playhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got Playboy stuff everywhere. They've got a stripper pole in it. We've been doing the stripper pole. We've got a hot tub on a rooftop. We've got a golf little thingy. We got like 5 bedrooms. It's really nice. It's
know-
pretty cool.
No parking.
Y'all know how
It sounds terrible. I don't,
We have a bondage room. We have a playroom that's a bondage room.
you know how quick we'd fuck that shit up being irresponsible with it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat.
It's
We
just-
would-
you had me at ping pong. You said there was a ping pong table down
There's a
there.
ping pong
so
table
There's
and a
cornhole.
blackjack table.
all the other stuff is just extras.
I bet there's a bunch of cornholes there.
I got
Oh,
so
yeah.
excited for the cornhole though.
What do y'all? What did y'all come to do? Y'all just came to film all week.
Yeah.
Literally for porn.
Damn,
we all
I
went to
would've
work-
Never guessed that.
I get it.
I knew it wasn't for National Geographic or anything. I
walked in the
figured it
house.
was. I guess it seemed like it'd be for porn.
I just
Walked
thought we
in
were
the house
making
and said, "We're making
TikToks,
porn."
honestly.
Really?
No.
I didn't know what y'all was gonna do.
No, our videographer and
totally
photographer
knew.
got off his flight and got there last night. And we were like, okay, we're making porn now.
Yeah, our videographer is amazing. I've worked with them before, and I've worked with all of these girls here as well before. Well, except for Scarlett. It's my first time with Scarlett. And so, yeah, we basically all just came into town. Some flew, some drove, and we've been getting it for the past 24 hours.
Yeah.
Do you do this a lot? Like all of y'all like go to like collab and shit a lot?
I'm really busy in the spring with writing. So right now, this whole winter, I've been doing collabs. I've been doing a collab once a month. So I've fucked 25 girls in the last like 3 months, something like that.
If
That's
you
solid
do,
numbers.
That's
Scoreboard.
That's a solid 3 months.
numbers.
Are we competing? Because if
good
we
money.
are, I think I might be at the winning. I might be at the top. That is all I'm
Cheers.
saying.
So
Cheers.
in general, like as long as you're doing like at least 2 collabs every quarter, you can film. If you're doing a week-long collab, you can film everything that you'll need for those 3 months. As far, especially if you have your professional videographer and everything come in, you can have all the content that you need. So you can just cut it up. My marketing team does all that for me, does all the editing, and then goes from there. So it makes it a little easier. So when you're gone, you're only gone like literally a week, and
Yeah.
then you're home the rest of the time. So.
Yeah, does it get weird ever? Since you don't really know each other a lot?
Well, we
Or do
went
each
out-
one of y'all have like a thing that like
We do
Like,
a
it's
lot
your
of
thing.
conversating before it happens, just that
Yeah.
way we can get to know each other, make sure everyone's sane and normal, because there are some like freak things that happen. Like some people don't hold true to their word with things. You know, the handshake isn't a handshake anymore. You know, me and Scarlett over here were talking about how back in the day, like you could just give someone your word in a handshake and be like, okay, that's my boundary, that's my rule. But nowadays, you really have to vet these girls before you invite them into a house with you for 5 days, because sometimes they're not on the same business page as you are. You know, sometimes girls are more driven and some girls are not. So you try to get girls together that all have the same goals for that collab and the same mindset for the next 6 months to a year. So then that way you can really be productive and make sure that also you're staying true to what you say and, you know, just coming at it as a business aspect versus none of us take this very lightly. Like we're all business women. We take this very seriously. So we're not really working with like very many amateurs or girls that are like just not business minded. So that's what I look for whenever I look for new girls.
Yeah, and we have fun with you, Josh, and we have fun on all the podcasts that we do. We
have
laugh
a-
and joke and cut up, but when it really all does, like, there's some nut cutting to this, and we've all got skin in the game. We've all got families to feed. I know I own many other businesses that are, this is their working capital. And so, you know, the last couple of months, I've been getting that bar that I bought and coffee shop off, and
that's cool by the way.
you know,
I meant to tell you about
it
the
is
bar. That's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, it is awesome. And so, but really just putting my energy and effort into one business opportunity at a time and knowing that I'm investing the right way in all the money that I'm making right now, you know, playing with myself on a boat. So, yeah.
It's
Well,
a good time.
I think it's cool for the most part. Like I've only met a few of y'all that's ever got on my fucking nerves, but everybody gets on my nerves. But for the majority, everybody comes and they're working. Like it's not just people. There's more to it. I can appreciate that you're actually probably more of a character. Like
Yeah.
you're playing a role when you do it. I've had to do that shit forever. Just my butthole's not out everywhere.
Not yet.
Not,
Not
it's
yet,
not
not
gonna
yet.
be. You can say it all you want to. This asshole staying right in these huggies.
Just try it once. Just try it once.
I'm good.
Once or twice.
It's
try
not.
anything. Try anything
I've
twice.
said this a million times. It's not. I'm worried about me liking it. It's me worried about asking the next bitch to do it. Like,
Yeah.
that's not for me.
You'll get stuck. You'll get stuck with me and you'll never be able to leave me and you'll be addicted to me because you'll never have the balls to ask another girl
Unless
to
your
fuck you
pussy
in the
spit
ass.
out $100 bills at a time, no, ma'am.
Actually,
That-
Actually,
Actually,
funny.
I got
Funny story.
Let me show you something.
I don't know about that video, but that's the most entertaining thing y'all said so far. Like I'd subscribe to a bitch that just literally was an ATM with a pussy.
I kind of want to put quarters and like try to shoot them out.
Yeah, I said $100 bills. There's a difference.
Quarters.
We gotta start
That
somewhere.
sounds yeah.
$quarter.
Yeah,
We gotta start somewhere.
I want a billionaire,
Look,
not a
a
gumball
gold
machine,
coin.
darling.
Gold coin. How about that?
A
That shit's
what?
worth 20K.
A gold coin?
Yeah, do you know how
Yeah,
much
you'll probably
gold
have
coins are
allergic
worth?
reaction to it.
Speaking of putting weird things inside your booty hole, Scarlett was just telling me about something that got stuck in hers.
Yeah, yeah. We've been talking. I think Josh and I had talked about the chili pepper before.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
talked about it on the last show. That's
Yeah, we
stupid.
talked about the chili pepper. No, we talked about what just happened a few weeks ago. The guy had me shove. He was trying to come up with something that would like hold the smell of it, and so
I'm
he
gonna
gets
fucking throw up.
he gets
Already.
this crazy idea for me to use those safety earplugs.
That's
You know
what
what I'm
Like
talking
you
about?
put in
Like
your
the little
fucking ears?
styrofoam ones, but they're styrofoam, so they like hold a scent or a taste or whatever the hell he was wanting to do with them. And so, dude, I got one stuck in my ass, Josh. I had to go to the doctor.
First
Like,
off,
That'd be the place to go.
First off, I'm pretty sure it's like in
I
a
tied a
rule
string
book
to
or
it.
a guidebook or something growing up to not shove things up your
I
ass in
know,
the
but I
first
like
fucking way.
doing
But if
that.
you're gonna shove shit up your ass, probably don't put stuff up there that's the size of a Lego and gonna get lost. All right, yes.
It had a string on it. I was legit. I was thinking ahead. You know the ones that come with the string, the next.
There's nothing you can fucking say.
Oh, no, so it popped right out of it, didn't it?
Somehow that makes it worse. Somehow it makes it fucking better look like you had a tapeworm.
You heard it pop too, didn't you? And you thought, oh fuck, I'm in trouble.
I'm not knocking the people that like that
Get
weird
the
shit or
tongs.
whatever. I just don't. I try my best to understand people's
Cowgirl
kinks,
Yeah.
like people's kinks, but that right there, I don't get that one at all. I don't. There's
I
nothing.
think there's probably a few other things he probably could have chosen rather than. I mean, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, it's cost effective and was probably going to be easy to ship back to him, but in hindsight, you probably could have done something a lot better that held the smell. Or,
I've never.
Why not just a tampon? I
Taste
feel like
or the-
tampon will work so well.
you know,
for that.
whatever his works is.
A what?
A tampon.
I had a guy ask
Already
me to
connected
put a
to
gold.
string. It's supposed to be pulled out of something. Like it makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And it's cotton. It's like
there's
cotton.
nothing about it that makes sense
What?
whatsoever.
I had someone ask me
I'm
to
talking about
put
the
a
whole
goldfish
situation.
in my booty hole once.
You what?
I had someone ask me to put a goldfish in my booty hole. He wanted me to pee on a goldfish. He wanted me to put a goldfish in my coochie, in my asshole. I never did it.
You know what?
Like Pepperidge Farms or like the fair? Like which?
Oh,
fish?
he wanted me to go get
Like
some
fish.
gold. He specifically wanted me to get feeder fish, goldfish, the ones from the store, you know, from the fish store, the ones that you feed to your other fish, because in his eyes he thought, well, they were gonna die anyway, so it's like not as bad.
See, I can figure out this guy's fetish.
What is
I
it?
know. I know why he has that fetish.
Why?
He clearly got left alone as a kid watching like Finding Nemo and shit.
Was this you that sent me the request?
No.
What, Josh?
You can just say it.
I
We'll talk about
don't
it
know
later.
this.
We'll
Trust
talk about
me.
it off the
Trust
podcast.
me.
It's fine.
If I was to ever, because it would be funny to me, I wouldn't sexualize it or like jack off or nothing. To it. If I was gonna like actually interact and pay people to do shit on like OnlyFans or whatever, I would want you to do fucked up shit that I thought was funny just to see if you would do it or not. Like I would abuse it. Like I
So,
would
like,
not. It
once-
wouldn't be for like sexual release or anything like that. It'd be like, I bet I can get this bitch put a grasshopper in her pussy.
Embarrassment. No, that's a kink in itself. Is
Yeah.
embarrassment. Is
Or,
embarrassing
like,
people.
shit on
That's
a
the
paper towel.
that's the guys who like
Yeah.
you to shit on them. It's usually because they want you to embarrass
Yeah, I don't want to
yourself.
be shit on though. I just
didn't
want to
do
see what
that.
the fuck I can get you to do.
Yeah, shit on you.
Yeah, I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to degrade you.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I just want to see what
You
the
don't
fuck I
think
get you to do.
I'd put a grasshopper up my ass probably.
You probably
For
would.
enough,
Yeah.
as many bands
plastic
as it would
one.
take. Yeah.
A
I would
plastic
not do
one?
that for any amount of money. You could not pay me enough to put a live grasshopper up my.
Ivy, what would be your line? Like your hard line.
I just said I would not do that for any amount of money.
So a
chocolate
grasshopper in the ass is,
Right.
is,
Comes out
is your
chocolate.
line.
Even if you
Live
offered
animal.
me $1 million, I do not want to feel a grasshopper wiggling in my asshole.
You're a smart business lady because it just take $1 million and one. Like that's how I would look at it. I'd be like, she
if
said
you're gonna
$1
offer me
million.
anything, it's going
I
to be
gotta
a
at least go
lifetime of
1,000,001.
financial freedom. A lifetime of financial freedom, and
This
maybe
is
I'll
where-
think about it.
This is where all you bitches would get all my money though, is because that's what somebody would say to me. Clearly not $1 million, but somebody would say that to me and like, got him, bitch. Because I say, if you said your line was 100, I'm going to give her 105.
The fuck?
I would see what it took. I would see what it took to get you to do shit, though. Not a grasshopper
No,
in the ass.
I would physically drain someone's bank account and then leave before I actually put a grasshopper up my ass.
Oh, that sounds...
And I would lead you on just because you really fucking thought I was gonna put a grasshopper in
What
my
about like
ass.
crickets? Is it just a grasshopper?
It's
hate, or
any
is it-
living creature that could potentially go up my anus.
All right, we're just asking.
I mean, technically, living creatures
People
do.
have put raccoons up their ass.
Really?
So
Really?
weird.
Where was that at?
How?
What video is that? Can you
Y'all,
send me
we are
the
not
link?
on the same side of Twitter.
What?
Twitter.
We are not on the same side of Twitter.
Twitter's a wild, scary place.
It
It's
is
a wild,
a
scary
wild.
place.
They put a raccoon up somebody's ass.
Raccoon.
They be wilding on Twitter, like
I don't
straight
expose
up.
my sources. I'm just saying it's possible.
That's like Reddit.
Wow, PETA's not going to like that at all.
I'm not PETA, and I don't care.
I guess they
I
had a
just don't
Pocahontas
think I'm
fetish.
ever gonna do it.
What?
I guess they had a Pocahontas fetish. 'Cause I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah.
Womp, womp, womp. I hadn't seen Pocahontas in so long. But I've seen Pocahontas ass, and I think all of y'all were in it from this conversation.
Have you at least taken a finger in the butt? Never.
Don't lie,
Not even
don't
one
lie.
finger.
Don't lie.
Listen, even if
don't.
she slipped it, it still counts. Even if she did it without you wanting.
I'm good.
Damn, she can't flip you around for it.
I,
even a
okay,
rim
look,
job.
I know this is going to be like so fucking crazy for y'all to understand because it's not even the correct train of thought with it. But I don't like, business-wise, shitting where I eat. So I automatically think anytime you bring up my asshole, I bring up the last Taco Bell dump I had in my fucking head, and I don't want your hand going anywhere close to it and then getting it close to me. Like even like if I would like even if somebody gives you head and like if they want you to finish in their mouth or whatever, you're brushing your teeth before I'm kissing you or anything. Like I'm not even pecking you on the cheek or nothing.
Exactly. You brush the teeth. You
Yeah.
use a toothbrush. So in this situation,
No,
I
you're
have an
not using my
enema for
toothbrush.
you.
What?
Well, I'm saying like for your ass, you use an enema. Like you use a toothbrush for your mouth. Like it's fine. We'll just use an enema for you. Have you ever used
I
one?
know, and like I said, I had the wrong train of thought with this because I know people take baths and clean themselves real well, but I still think that's where shit goes, and I don't want to be associated where shit goes.
I'm telling you, Josh, the first time you get your ass ate, you're gonna change your mind.
Shout out to Taco Bell. by
I
the
mean,
way.
at
The
least
good
have it
thing
ate.
is, I'm not gonna find the fuck out.
Shout out to Taco
If you
Bell to
don't wanna
keeping
be
your
fed,
ass
that's fair
away
enough,
from
but
us.
You need to let someone eat your ass.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, ask
hope
Sonya.
it-
She'll know
There's
today.
nothing. There's nothing appealing about that to me.
Wait, what's going on?
That's something I fucking love
Because
to do.
because also too, this is how fucked up my head is. Then I start thinking about who else's ass that she ate, and then it's like, oh damn.
Am I special?
I'm like, damn.
Why
I just
would
had
you
to like.
think that?
I had
'Cause
to.
I mean,
I have very bad mental health issues.
I mean, think about
So,
all the people that you've also had sex with. So why would it matter if you're eating whose ass is?
Where's your lips at in this scenario?
Whoa. Just because we peg men's assholes does not mean I put my lips on their asshole. Let me
Well, that's
just
what we're
straighten
talking about.
something
We're
out.
talking about eating ass right
We
now.
are
I
right
eat
now.
ass.
Yeah.
I eat ass.
I like
Yeah.
the
I would
differentiation.
eat
I'm
ass.
listening.
100%. I think everybody in this
No.
room knows
Only if
after the
it's
day that I eat
clean,
ass.
though.
Are you
Like
eating my ass?
It
fresh
doesn't-
out of the
You
shower.
talked
If
about
you're
it today.
nasty and been somewhere, then hell no.
You're not getting it. It's not that I don't. I don't disagree with what you're saying. Any of y'all are saying. It's just in my head. I'm like, damn.
I understand.
She's
your
ate
point.
this other dude's ass, and now I have to kiss her. Then I'm just gonna like for the rest of your life, you're gonna have like butthole facts.
I mean, I've been
to
orally
me.
tested. I'm good. So.
You don't think about the pussy and the fact that she's had 3 or 4 other dicks in it? Like
Once
the
it-
fact that
I don't care about that. It's
I
something
mean,
about an
so
asshole.
you
So
don't
you'll
care
share
about
dicks, but
putting your
no
mouth where a
asshole.
dick has been.
I like eating pussy. No, I don't. Yeah, that doesn't faze me to where I'm like, oh, there's another dick here. I'm just happy to be there. Like I'm like, this bitch is letting me do this. Let's go. I'm not thinking about nothing else right now.
You fucking dog.
Yeah, no, but not buttholes.
It's like driving a used Maserati.
Yeah,
I don't really.
Still
give a fuck.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
drive
Nice
shit out
fuck.
of that thing.
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it.
I got a car that has 200,000 miles on it, and it runs like a fucking dream.
I bet it does.
Yeah.
That's a great way to describe your
I like
pussy.
them more out.
Don't worry, there's still some tread on them tires.
Shout out to Taco Bell. Taco Bell
Anywho,
Pizza Hut.
She's garage
KFC.
kept.
she's garage kept.
Nobody out. A&W root beer.
She got an oil change every 3,000 miles. She got serviced.
No, it's every 10,000 miles. It's a diesel manual. It's
Oh,
good
shit.
as fuck. Yeah, she rough.
Well,
She's
you just
grinding
keep,
gears.
You just keep getting them fluids checked, darling. You'll be just
Yeah.
fine.
Exactly. That's all you gotta
Exactly. We talked
Yeah.
about this earlier.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what y'all were talking about in that conversation or why that came up.
Licking
Are we
booty
still on
hole.
the same thing? Oh, booty hole.
Well, she's gonna. We were just talking about how she was gonna lick my booty hole when we get home. When you guys brought that up, it gave us some inspiration for
Yeah.
a film
I
that
mean,
we
I
want to
ate
do.
Sonia's ass earlier, so she's good.
Artists.
Yeah.
Me and you,
I'm no
artists.
longer-
You remember all the talented people we had here yesterday?
I do.
And now, all I can think about now is like, damn, what's actually talent?
We
Because
are
I'm like,
so
I
talented.
bet these bitches right here can make you be like, you know what?
There's a lot of things you can be talented in.
Oh, you should have seen the move that we did earlier,
you can have
flipped
more than one
upside
talent.
down. It was a good one.
We're like fucking acrobats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I once again, I'm old. I don't care.
You wanna see
Like,
it?
I get the appeal of everybody. I'm lazy. I'm
you wanna
lazy.
see it?
What?
Do you want to see
wanna
the
see
move
it?
we were in earlier?
It depends on how you're gonna show it.
Are we about to reenact
What are you
something?
doing?
It was like this. It was great.
Thoughts?
I don't have a thought. I don't want to have a thought. I don't know what just happened.
I like the dismount was like a superhero.
You ever watch Mad TV growing up?
Yes.
Whip it.
What's that thing that dude says? Watch what I can do.
Stuart?
Yeah, that's what I feel like just happened.
Yeah.
Do you have any tism?
So actually,
I know I do. I know
We're all a
I do.
little bit on the
The
spectrum.
thing is
Yeah,
I think
that's
at
a
a
good
young
point.
age I might have drank like a little bit too much, and so here we are. Here the fuck I am with you sitting across from me. So here's where we're at.
Well, first off, you're welcome. Everybody gets to do that. You should be like, oh yeah, I'm in a cool place. I don't know if I can talk to you guys about y'all. Like,
I got a question.
Yeah,
Okay.
you go ahead.
So, how often do you do, like, whenever you come to a location for like an entire week, and like you were talking about filming all this footage that you can bank up for the next 3 or 4 months, like how often do you actually do that? Do you go 3 months, plan another trip together, get everybody involved and do the stuff, or is it just like a spur of the moment kind of stuff? Let's film as many things as we can film.
I know for me, like, I'm a single mom and I own other businesses, so it's all about my own schedule and when it allows it. The summer I have a lot more freedom, so I'm in Miami a lot because my kids are with my ex-husband, so I have that freedom to go in and out. So usually during like long holiday weeks, like it's spring break right now, so lo and behold, I have time off. You know what I mean? So I think that's pretty much with everybody.
I think
Yeah, we
everybody-
go around our schedules, like same, like this winter I've fucked 25 girls, but also that content's gonna last me all year. And spring through fall, I'll take a break. Like everyone just kind of goes with what their schedule is. Some of these girls I'll see a few times in the year, and some girls I'll only see one time a year. Me and Chelsea.
Dave has the same schedule.
Yeah, you could
This
jump
No, I
is
on.
don't.
my first collab.
No, I don't.
Okay, so how many times have y'all done this, each of piece? Like, done something like this?
This is probably my 8th collab in the last year.
This is my first big group with more than like 3 people.
I've been doing OnlyFans for 3 years, so I've been to like 150 plus
Does
collabs.
it just all like turn into a gangbang? Y'all just record
Oh,
like
It
from start
actually
to finish?
depends on the
Yeah.
group. Sometimes it does. Sometimes we all just really just hang out and just do Instagram content. Sometimes it's an Instagram collab. Sometimes it's an OnlyFans collab.
Yeah.
We all just get together and promote each other.
I'm hopeful for the gangbang.
Sometimes when you get with the girls, you might not like them as much as you thought so, because a lot of us, the way we connect is not through an agency or something. It's we find girls online. So sometimes you might connect with a girl online, and then you get in person, and you're like, ooh, maybe this isn't my vibe. Or she might get there and she might smell funky, and you might not want to go touch it. So there's
That's a big one.
there's it's a big one.
I used to know that well.
Yeah, it's kind of the same
I
issues
know
with
a
you
bitch.
guys. It's like Tindering. It's like, you're like, all right, fuck it, let's see how this goes. And sometimes it goes well, and other times you're like, okay, didn't get as much from that, so I'm not gonna do that again. You're gonna keep working with the girls who work well with you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've seen it, Josh. I mean, you've seen it with me as far as when you go on these content trips, and not necessarily OF collabs, but any content trips. You get people together and they just don't vibe, and
Yeah.
like you don't want to
Some
you don't
people
want to
just
spend your time.
some
with
folks
that.
are never gonna match it. Like
They're
it's-
just not,
Yeah.
Yeah.
obviously.
Especially with women. Women are
y'all are
we
the
are
worst.
difficult
Y'all are-
creatures.
y'all are the worst.
Difficult
Baby catty
creatures.
as
We're not all
fuck.
Well-
gonna get along.
Well, and I'm not even gonna say it's about y'all because this definitely doesn't apply to anybody in this room or anybody that really goes places with us anymore. But like you get a false sense of like celebrity or a false sense of importance, and when you start believing that shit, you kind of forget that like in this house right now, I know all of y'all are badasses, but there's been in and out these doors the past 2 days #1 fucking songwriters that you don't know. And most of these people that just because you found them on social media, they got a big following or whatever, they think that they're more important than somebody that's actually not talented, but they're entertaining. Like you guys are entertaining, so that's cool. But there's a lot of folks that haven't been around anybody with y'all that thinks their shit don't stink, that thinks they're the most important person when they walk in a bar. Like they don't view shit that way. If it was,
we won't
you
hang
wouldn't
out with
you won't
them.
fucking be
We'll hang out
around
with
with
them.
me.
That's kind of
Yeah.
like how it is for us too. If you don't act right and you don't do, if you don't work well with us, you just won't be invited back.
Yeah.
And not only that, but this is all a really small group of people who do the OnlyFans really big. And so we all kind of know each other in a way. As we all sit down and talk about who we know and who we don't know, we all end up knowing someone, and it's very easy in a room to either get blacklisted because multiple people are like, oh, I heard this or that about someone. And if there's multiple bad things said about you, they're not going to work with you. And that's just the simplicity of it.
Yeah, but you understand that having bad things said about you isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I'm not talking
Like,
about bad
with-
things. I'm talking about like bad work ethic, bad business
yeah, well,
ethics,
that's
like
like-
the
yeah.
shaking hand situation,
But that's
things
like
like
even
that.
with me. There's people that do not like working with me because of my temperament, because of the way I speak to people and all this kind of shit. But like, it's not really a me problem. And I don't understand why like some folks just won't sometimes shut the fuck up and just do what they're supposed to, and like everybody look good and all this kind of stuff. And that's just me being stern and standing behind like what my product is. Same thing with y'all. Like, I don't think it's necessarily if you don't vibe with somebody well because they're kind of cunny. Like they're probably just doing shit their way. And when you have a lot of people trying to be the head honcho in these situations, you almost have to have like one person every time this is what the fuck we're doing, this is when we're fucking doing it, and this is how we're doing it. Like if you don't do that, yeah, you're gonna have chaos all the fucking time.
Well, the thing is too is just like creating. We were talking about it earlier. Creating that controversy around yourself.
Yeah.
It pays the bills for me. I'm telling you, all day long, every day, and that's fine with me.
Yeah, I hate it.
That's a them problem, not a me problem. If you know me, not everybody in this room really knows me. Josh really does.
Yeah.
My character is not my reputation.
Oh no, you're a good dude.
Yeah.
Like you're cool. as
So
hell to
I'm
fucking be around.
actually a super conservative person.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough. And while I'll do these collabs with other girls, I'm not going around sleeping with every dude. You know what I mean?
It's
Right.
like I said a while ago, this is a character for y'all. Regardless
Yeah,
if you use your real
exactly.
name or not, you're a character. Like when you go, whether you're just turning on the podcast or playing a song or fucking filming y'all's content, you have to know that you're an entertainer now. And it's better to look at shit as, oh, I'm in character instead of just being myself.
Yeah, well, we also have to remember also that we're coworkers and not necessarily best friends. When we walk
Oh,
into that
yeah.
room, first things first is that we're all just we have the same goal as
Yeah.
business. So, like, we're all just there being coworkers. If we end up friends, that's great too. But you wouldn't walk into a normal job expecting to be best friends with every single person that works there. And for instance, we have a lot more on the line than just regular content creators. We're sharing our bodies sexually.
Yeah.
Not every OnlyFans girl does collabs like this, but when we're doing STD testing. Like, we're doing things like that because if someone passes something along, like I did a collab where a girl gave me an STI. And it was and knowingly. So like that girl, no, anybody who talks to me isn't going to work with that girl. Like, it's that type of situation where if there's something bad said about you and like legitimately, you're just going to be blacklisted, and it's really that simple.
We tried to get Dave to wear like a laminated card around his neck so like people would know.
Yeah, let
But he
everything
refused to do it.
just stay away.
I'm just playing.
I don't recall that actually.
Take one for the
Fresh
team.
Yeah.
memory.
Because you
We've all had an itch
Statistically, in the
before.
group, one guy's got to have it. And we just wanted you to just hold the buck that night.
I just wanted it to go off of me. Like I didn't want anybody to be like, if anybody's got chlamydia in here, shoot.
I mean, we've all had an itch
100.
before, right? Like
What?
everybody's
I have
had an
not
itch
had
before.
anything. I've
Never.
had- no.
You never had nothing? How old are you?
I just turned 30
Really?
yesterday.
How old are you?
I just turned 30 yesterday.
You just turned 30 yesterday?
Yes.
How old are you, Ivy? You're a
I'm
baby.
22.
You're a baby. You're 28, something like that? I can't remember.
Me?
Not you.
Oh, damn. I was like, okay.
Whenever you
thank
fuck 25 girls in literally like a couple months, that's when you
Yeah.
catch shit.
They
Yeah,
just
I
lie
was thinking,
about
well, you
it.
didn't even hear what I said. I said, how old are you?
Oh, I didn't know you were pointing at me. I'm 27.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then me and you's probably the same age, right? Yeah, if you've been single for a long time, I don't care who you are, you're gonna get something. There's no way you can't. Like, and it's the more you read about this shit, it's just the fucking weird thing is some people's bodies just don't gel to fucking together, and and it fucking does something. It don't really even mean that somebody's just nasty. It just means like shit got mixed up.
Well, I mean, we kind of have the upper hand, or I know I do. Like, I'm always getting tested.
Yeah, that's
Facts.
the
Like,
best
I'm
part
the
about
talent
this.
testing fucking whore. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always getting
Exactly.
tested.
It's like I know
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Self-appointed,
get
I love
something
the
if I'm
Yeah.
constantly.
Usually, OnlyFans
And
girls are going
I
to
was
be.
like, Dave, switch to right here. Grab. I'll get it.
Grab
What
one.
the fuck? I'm telling you to do it.
That Taco Bell hitting
Just
you?
pause it.
I'm over here in a corner. Like I can do something.
I'm like, Taco Bell
I
hit?
need to poo.
Dude, I gotta pee also.
Also, badly.
We're back. Everybody take it. What? I'm still thinking about every time I look at you now is how fucked up I was in that kitchen last night.
We murdered a lot of pizza.
Oh
We put
my
down at
Jesus
least 2
Christ.
boxes between the two of us. And the smile never left your face. I was so
I
proud.
was so high.
I took you karaoke. Which, by the way, if anybody knows this, he fucking hates karaoke. He hates it with a passion.
Like if
I
a big
drug
gr-
him, made him go.
If a big group of us goes and I'm having a good time with my friends, like me and Dave have been before and been like Miss Kelly's and shit, that's fun.
It's true.
Last
we've done it
night,
before. I know
last
we've done it
night,
before.
every fucking moron.
Yeah. No, it was really
Besides
bad.
the one dude who got into the Elton John shit.
Oh, yeah. No, it's Queen. Yeah, he did really good.
That dude fucking slayed
Yeah,
that
he
Elton
did.
John shit. But
By the way,
everybody
sorry,
else,
guys. How y'all doing?
I hated everyone. But y'all saw me last night. Like I don't like crowds. I don't like people. I don't like being fake nice.
You did not like anybody.
I just hate being there. If y'all have met me, like
Drugs
in-
to me.
He was
Well,
really in a bad
I
mood.
tried to meet you kindly, and you were like, "Your outfit is awful. I don't like you." And I was like, "All right, sick, bro.
what did you have on?
Thank you." I wore
He said, "What'd you have on? Must have been silly."
literally
Like,
a
what the
cowboy hat, boots, and a fucking crop top.
I bet you had white cowboy boots on, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, I
That's
did.
what it was. No. There's a thing here with white cowboy boots and women.
Okay,
Like,
what's the thing mean?
it's just and not you because you're nice. It usually
Thanks.
just means you're a fucking dumbass. To be
Wow.
honest with you, that's why you don't see a lot of people.
It's closely associated with
Like-
like bachelorette parties.
Yeah,
and people
it's
just
yeah.
going
If
nuts.
you got white
the
cowboy
woo
boots
girls
on,
and the spring breakers
yeah.
and all that stuff.
I
We
mean,
were
if there's
just
like
having
a
this-
cheap plastic, like
Exactly.
I
there's
didn't-
a difference in the quality of a
Yeah.
white boot that you wear.
But
I
here's
didn't
the
look at them
deal.
long enough.
We just had this conversation. If you are supporting the ag community and the Western community, I don't give a fuck if your boots are cheap
Yeah.
ass and white or if they're nice and fucking brown. Like if you are supporting the Western community, that's all that actually matters.
Okay.
So
Yeah, come on,
wear
wear
your-
whatever.
and in fact,
Unless you're a whore on Broadway,
In
it's gonna get on my
fact-
fucking nerves, and I can spot you out in this. Not you, but I can spot you out by wearing white boots. I know to stay the fuck away.
but
And I
you're
didn't
wrong
say
And
that
because
it was silly,
by the
but
way,
I
I
see what
didn't
y'all are
know
saying, like that.
who was who last night either.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know. I probably would have been nicer to you.
Nah, you were in a
didn't-
bad.
Okay,
He was in a
I
bad
don't
mood
want you to
because
be
he knew I
fake
was
to
dragging
me.
him to karaoke.
No,
That's all
I'm
that was.
so confused right now because
What?
I am a whore and I was on Broadway. So like,
Hey,
what?
Right.
See, it lines up, don't it?
I gotta buy some white boots.
But no,
I'm
there's a
doing this
difference.
wrong.
Because I let me say this the right way. There's aggravating ass people, and I'm just gonna classify them instead of just calling them all bitches. Like,
I get it. I know what you're talking
you
about.
can just point like y'all guys can see a dude who wears a certain type of fucking shirt, and you know automatically when you see this guy, he's a fucking cunt. Like you know,
That's
he's-
true.
Or the way he's got his hair. Like there's certain things you can point out on somebody, and you'll be like, "That's not what you normally wear. You're doing this because you think it looks cool, not because you live that lifestyle. Like you're probably a cunt."
I don't need you to live the lifestyle to support the ag community. That's fine. In fact,
I don't think there's a lot of white boot companies that have got glitter all over it that's out there really supporting the ag community.
But
darling.
here's the deal. I don't mind. Like when I go out and
Yeah.
do things like this, I wear regular ass boots at home. I've got 100 boots at home. But when I come out to places like this, I'll go buy a cheap ass pair of white boots because one, I'm not going to own a nice pair of white boots, first of all, because they're going to get fucked up. So why would I spend more
actually
than
owns a pair of
45
white
bucks on
Yeah.
a pair anyway? So what you're saying, if you saw me on the side of the road, you would just think that I'm just some Nashville Broadway whore because I wear white
absolutely.
boots.
Yeah.
Literally,
No,
what
it's because of
happened
who
to
I
you last night?
am, not because of the white boots.
Okay,
Let's
but you
just be
have
for
to
real.
remember- You have to remember, and I'm not knocking y'all, and I'm not definitely not saying I'm right. Okay, the people that we normally hang out with don't dress the way y'all do, but the way y'all dress is normally associated with the fucking bachelorette parties, the people that are coming to town and driving every musician and everybody else fucking crazy. Y'all are fine.
They're also the reasons why everyone here has a job. So this is what I'm
Facts.
saying. What is the issue with all those people doing that? Because ultimately, it's adding to the industry.
No, it's taking away from Nashville. It's taking away from country music. It's these bars now that used to be all about country music and the love of country music. Now it's about what's popular so we can make the woo girls happy.
But you do realize that now that Nashville's big, there's going to be another hub somewhere else. This is how it happens. Now Nashville's too big,
There's
and now it's going to
sacred
be.
fucking places. You don't have, well, this was a horrible example because you're literally having it right now. You don't have people going, what I was going to say, you don't have people going over to Israel trying to make folks not be Jewish. Like here.
Well, right now we do.
I know, it was not the best example for right now. But I'm saying, like, this is country music. Nashville is country music.
You sound like an old man who's like, this is how it is and it can't change. But at the end of the day, the change is beneficial. And what it is those.
Not when the change is killing the culture.
Okay, just because we
So
wear
what's
white
the
boots
change?
doesn't mean we
White
don't like
boots?
country music. I don't
The
understand.
what?
Is the change changing your culture? It doesn't take your
I know
culture
every
away.
country-
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. You want to know? I'll give
If
you
you
the
think
perfect
some
fu-
white wearing boot
Okay,
bitch can take your culture,
I'm telling
you're pretty
you,
weak.
White
This
girls.
town and country music used to be about country
Do not
fucking
come
music,
for our
right?
white
Yeah.
boots.
Shout
Now,
out Taco Bell.
We
Beyonce,
will wear whatever color boots we want to wear, damn it.
now Beyonce is sitting at number 1 on the charts when you had fucking Will Mosley last week, who actually sings country music, that actually fucking lives a country music lifestyle
Agreed.
that ought to have a number 1. He's blocked because Beyonce's cool now in country. And by the way, amazing singer. She's one of my favorite people to listen to, but she's not country.
Right.
Facts.
People right now, whether you realize it or not, they're trying to change this from a country music town to fucking to where it's just popular music.
Nash Vegas.
And
That's why it's called Nash
where it
Vegas,
used
yeah.
to be, you'd walk up and down Broadway a long time ago, or Music Row, or anywhere else. Everybody had Justin's on and fucking work boots and Wranglers and everything because that was country.
Well, you're wasting your breath trying to fight that fight because what's done is done. So
Fuck
now
that shit. No,
we
there's
just
some out in
Can I
there's
make
town.
a
other
point?
places that have small, Tulsa,
You're-
Oklahoma. They have an amazing music scene. There's so many other little areas that are gonna
It's
build up just
not
like
Nashville.
Nashville.
This is
I hear
sacred.
you.
It's
I hear you.
sacred.
You're
Like
trying
Beale
to make
Street,
a city
Memphis,
country.
even like.
No,
Is the
no,
problem.
that's-
It's
I'm
not. Let me finish my sentence.
I am.
There's 100 million people here now, and
Yeah,
not all of
it's-
them like country music. It used to be everybody here only came to Nashville because they wanted country music, and now it's huge. So not everybody in Nashville listens, and I get where you're coming
If you
from.
go to the
it
beach,
should be all country music.
If you go to the
but
beach,
that's just not how it be now.
if you go to the beach, what are you expecting when you get to the beach?
Water.
Sand.
Okay, so if you showed up at the beach and it looked like the mountains,
Well, there's still country music playing here. It's just not everywhere.
What I'm saying is
But
now the
that's-
expectation for Nashville isn't just that anymore. Now it's more. Now, like we went upstairs last night because we weren't enjoying downstairs. One, because it was
was
too packed.
enjoying
So we went upstairs where the poppin' music was, the pop hip hop.
but
But we
okay.
still enjoy Nashville.
But if you're gonna listen to that type of music, okay, there's a place for that type of music
On the rooftop.
You don't have to intrude on everybody else that's came here and done it.
We did. We went upstairs.
Yeah.
But they have that outlet now, is what I'm saying. The outlet's
Yeah.
there now for the people that
Okay,
want
but
that.
look, when you do it like that though, to where you have that upstairs and a artist downstairs that's super fucking talented, you're taking away from that person and their livelihood. Like you talk about like supporting the ag and all that kind of shit. I support the people. And when you have something that a bar is promoting, shake your ass up here or actually listen to an artist down here, you're taking away from that person.
Both were packed.
Give them the fucking opportunity.
That's like us
Well,
OnlyFans
there's
girls
DJs
saying that.
are being paid too.
No, that's
so-
like OnlyFans girls saying that if I collab with you, you're gonna take my fans and they're not gonna be with me anymore. No, we're
That's
gonna
not even
share
close to the
fans.
same thing.
We're sharing
get what you're
customers.
saying.
We're
Not even
not.
the same
They're not
thing.
going upstairs, and that's that. Like it all makes it work.
There's valid points to both sides. Of
Yeah,
it.
there. No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so
Neither of
there's
us are
ways that-
wrong. Neither of us are wrong
Yeah.
here. It's
Yeah.
just there's just different ways to look at it, and
I get that.
I
just
wish
your
it was
point
the
of
way.
view, that wasn't the way that a lot of people thought here.
I wish your way was it, but the facts are is what they are. So we just gotta now like move it into a positive light instead of trying to fight this battle that we're not gonna win. The battle's done.
Yeah, see, for me, it's not. Like, you can sit there like...
You think you're gonna turn around Nashville? You think anyone's gonna turn around Nashville and all of a sudden make it not Nash Vegas? No,
I
it's never gonna go
think-
back to what it was.
It doesn't matter if it goes back to where it was or not, but you have to have people that are still trying to push traditional
Yeah,
country.
so sit in the corner with your stiff ass face and act like an asshole on Broadway, and maybe it'll change.
Or just make a shit ton of money off the internet putting your asshole online.
Yeah.
I mean, either way. Kind
No
of works
way.
for whoever.
I mean, whatever you want us to do.
Yeah.
Literally.
If nobody's telling y'all
Other
what
than
to
a
do,
cricket.
then you let the people, because there's a lot of me. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Dave right here is an incredibly talented.
Don't call me a
talented
you.
music-
I ain't
What?
you. Don't call me a you.
Shut
I
up,
like
bitch.
white boots.
Thank you.
He said he likes
Yeah,
white
we
boots.
like him.
And we
Thank
love
And
you.
that's why you
Thank
keep getting chlamydia, bitch.
And that,
right
yeah,
there.
I've never.
I have never had chlamydia, and I wore the white boots.
But my thing is, if you don't have people, because you're always going to have the folks like y'all that come and just enjoy. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm really not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I just wish there was more people paying attention to the artists. Because y'all don't realize there's so many of those guys that are on stage, girls and guys. They're literally taking 4 hours out of their day because this is their dream to make $100.
Yep.
To where there's a lot of people coming in there that don't realize that person ain't making no fucking money on stage.
No, that's
If
the
you don't-
reality. That's actually the reality about most country music people when they're starting, or any musician or any creator really, is that you have to crawl before you can fly. Isn't that what it is? So like that's what they're here. They're grinding it the fuck out. It doesn't matter if there's 5 people in that bar or 150 people in that bar with white boots on. They're still gonna have to grind it out. So the more people that are there really should just mean a positive.
Right, exactly.
It should never be a
Want
negative.
to and come support us.
And I think too, what he's like.
And we do. Like, I don't know.
Y'all, like, Sonny's probably the only one that could probably see it from the other side.
I see
'cause
your
she
point.
lives
No, I
here.
see your point. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I get-
You think
I
I
get
come to
it.
Nashville for bachelor parties? No, I'm here for work. Like I don't come to Nashville because I don't like the vibe either. I think it's bullshit. It annoys the fuck out of me when I see the girls here. But guess what? This is where we're at with it. So it's better
What were you
just
about
to
to
be
say, Dave?
positive.
Everything evolves. So, like, of course,
Exactly.
Nashville's going to evolve to include popular music.
Yeah.
And the thing about grinding and cutting your teeth in the small rooms, artists did that where they're from in order to get here so that this was the focus on country music. Now, that's taken away on Broadway. Like, if you're an aspiring songwriter or an artist, you can't go to Broadway to make your name anymore. You got to go to Music Row. And now even Music Row is shifting over
Yeah,
to
I noticed.
Broadway. So now it's kind of in a weird spot to where if you want to get your name out there, you really don't have nowhere to go as an artist
Social
now.
media is probably the
But
biggest
that's
outlet.
the point of evolution. That's just kind of
Yeah.
the way it works. And eventually there will be something else come up, whether it be in Nashville or outskirts of Nashville or a whole other town. But there's going to be a fight on both sides either way. Both sides want to win.
Most
I see exactly where
It's
you're
never
at.
gonna end.
Because you're talking about like rebranding.
Yeah,
Essentially.
exactly.
Nashville itself, it used to be that.
It has to. If it stays the same,
I
it
grew
dies
up
off.
wearing Justins and riding horses and starch press Wranglers. Like I grew up listening and idolizing George Strait and Alan Jackson and Randy Travis and these guys that cut their teeth really hard way in the
Toby
80s.
Keith, R.I.P.
Love them. Rest in peace. Love it.
So like an artist like me,
But it's a different world
I grew
now.
up listening to a
This
little
is-
bit of that, but I also grew up listening to Godsmack. I grew up
Yeah.
listening to Stain. Like
Yeah, I
I
understand.
have a lot of rock in me.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of heavy shit.
That is heavy.
Well, then there's people like me. You know, I just bought that brew house. I've turned it around. It's like 70% increase since I bought that place, like daily. It's crazy how it's changed. But like I do open mic night on Friday night and give talent a chance to come in there for a 3-song set. Let me hear you. I'm gonna pay you and book you for Saturday night and pay you a really good gig amount. I feel like for the crowd that I can bring in. You know what I mean? It's a small space, but at least it gives them a foot in the door, and it's giving local artists. I can't tell you there's one kid that just graduated like 3 or 4 years ago. He plays every 4th Saturday now, and so I've just got him on the books because he's actually, but also from as you're coordinating these on how they're bringing a crowd in, how they're connecting. Some artists can't do that. It's the same with OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You've got to learn how to connect with your following, and that's how you grow it.
And that's what
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's what I was trying to rope it to that because Nashville isn't a city, it's a business. It used to be the Opry. It used to be the Ryman. It used to be these things. Now they sign their death warrant. They know exactly what they want, the direction that they want to be in. And I read somewhere earlier that Nashville's like the 8th most populated city in the United States.
Yeah.
We have turned that over to the people. It is no longer ours.
That's any city.
It's what's going to make money. It's what's going to come in the
Amen.
door.
That's a good way to put it. Actually, you guys are great at
That's how
putting
it
it that
goes.
way.
Any city's business.
You also have to
it's about the
understand
entertainment.
90% of these people don't even have to go show anywhere. They just go on TikTok and they get famous.
Or
It's
American
like
Idol.
Most people don't even have to cut through these bars and shit to do what they used to have to do. You can just go live on TikTok and you have a million.
And that's also
fans.
Yeah.
kind of makes it harder as
Selling
much
you
as it
out.
makes it
It-
easier.
Exactly right.
Because
Because
anybody can do
everybody's
it
doing
then.
the
It's so
same
much
fucking
easier
thing.
now than it used to be to get famous.
David
Well,
knows it better than all of. I've seen the shit that you've had to go through, not on a stage,
Yeah.
in houses like this.
Oh yeah.
or the one across just cutting in where no one will ever see it. No one ever
No,
sees how much sweat you put on.
And I
when you're
don't
writing,
push social
when you're-
media as much as I should. Like I haven't figured all that shit out yet. But when I'm on stage, I turn that shit on. Like it's different. I just got to figure out how to translate that. And that's like the barrier for some of those artists, where either they can cut it on stage and can't figure out the social media, or vice versa. They can do the social media and they get on stage and they just bomb.
Those
think
are the
that's with any
same.
creator.
Yeah,
though.
we have the
That's-
same
we have
struggles.
the same
Yeah,
struggles.
which is- yeah.
With
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
entertainment.
Which
Most
is where
of
the
us-
bridge is between talent, skill, and just experience.
Yeah.
You putting it all together, and you're out there. You guys are fucking hustlers.
A lot of
You're
times,
putting
yeah.
money on yourself, and you're banking it, and you're gambling. And
Yep.
go to the places that are gonna love that shit, man.
That's what cracks
The
me
where
up
you get the
about-
most exposure.
That's what cracks me up about the OF thing is so many people will. I can't tell you how many DMs. If I open them right now, they're like, "Oh, my wife wants to do what you do, and on your level, like, can I post this picture and that picture, and how do I do it anonymously?" And I'm like, first off, literally 10% of what I do is my pictures. Like, let's all be
Anonymous
real.
is not going to be a thing if you want to be
Yeah,
successful
like,
on OnlyFans. It's
yeah,
not.
I'm
not-
You have to
I'm
be
not-
yourself. You have to show yourself. It's-
Exactly. I'm not a Playboy model.
not gonna
Come on
happen.
now. I'm in my mid 40s and I got my own thing, but come on now. Let's,
You're in your
let's be
mid-40s?
honest.
That's the
I
simple
am.
part of it, right? I was telling them.
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
you got to learn how to market yourself.
Yeah.
You've got to learn how to make yourself marketable. You've got to learn how to connect with your fans and your following.
I always like to say
Yeah.
you can post a picture of your titties on the internet, but you can't get rich off of it unless you convince 1 million people to buy it. So,
Seriously.
Well, that's why you got to do the why to you guys. Like even like this.
being the
Yeah.
content, making the content is 1/10 of the work.
Exactly.
In order to make the money that you have to make this your full-time job, you have to market yourself. And marketing yourself isn't always getting naked and playing with your pussy. It's showing the world who you are and why they should buy your content.
Being
Exactly.
a real person.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah. So like,
Have a
it's not on the
personality.
stages
Personality.
or on the screen. People. It's an iceberg. People see that and they go, "Oh man, that looks really fucking
Yeah,
cool.
the 20
I'd love to
seconds.
be you," but they don't recognize that the 90% of what just went into that 10-second video, it was fucking hell.
Yeah.
They don't see
Yeah.
all.
75 hours.
You gotta
We
wake
wear
up
a
in the
lot
morning
of-
and fucking do it.
Yeah.
They don't
We
see
wear
that.
a lot of hats. Like
Yeah.
we play secretary management.
Yeah.
We are the photographer, the videographer, the editor. You know, we do
Yes.
all of it because we are crawling.
Shit's exhausting, man.
It really is.
So-
And,
I
you know,
love
there's
it,
some
it's
girls that have management teams, but ultimately you're talking to bots. All of us here all respond ourselves. We all do our own thing on our pages. There's no one handling our stuff. So you're actually getting the raw version of us versus when you see these creators that are massive creators, you're not talking to them anymore. You're talking to a secretary of theirs, a sexter of theirs. It's not
An
actually
AI
going to be
bot,
them.
if you will.
Literally.
Well, and a lot of us have went that route and went back to the other route. Like
Exactly.
we've all tried. The thing is, it only takes one thing to go viral on there, whether it be a 3-minute show with a fucking machine, and all of a sudden you wake up, and we were talking about it the other day, and you've made 30 grand overnight.
It's how it happens.
What
It's
was
like-
a good month for me?
And
like you
that's
said,
your
it's
hobby.
gambling. It's gambling.
But
We're
it
playing the
Happen, but
lottery.
You have to be able to keep it. Then you
You
could
do.
blow up
You
on
have
one
to.
video,
You have to
but if you're
maintain
not,
those numbers.
if you're not doing that, like popping off more than once, it's gonna go away overnight.
That's
Yeah.
why you
That's
got
not
to
gonna
invest
stick
it
around.
right. That's
You're
why you gotta take
investing
what
your
you
time
get.
and your energy, your mind, because like we were talking about our guys, our wells, where our energy goes. When you got 5,000 followers expecting you to remember your conversation with you, like
so hard.
literally daily, no, I don't. I'm not like what. So yeah, it does get to the point that you have to outsource and resource some of your time and attention on what you're doing. But in the same notion, you can't be getting hooked up with these stupid freaking agencies that just take over your life. They're flying you all over the world.
Yep.
They're
Taking
making it seem
50%
like
of your pay, taking all of your money at the same
literally
time.
50% of our pay.
You see these OF girls flying to Dubai and having these massive trips, but their agency is taking all of their money. They're going home, and that's it. They don't
Yeah.
get to do
Most
that again.
agencies are parasites.
Yeah,
They're literally sucking the money out of that OF girl, and
Yeah.
she doesn't even realize it because she's sitting in Dubai.
It happened. It happened to me for 6 months.
Yeah.
Like
It happened to me for almost a year.
everybody's
Like, I
like,
feel you.
"Oh my gosh, where are you? What are you doing?" Yeah, I was like on someone else's dime. No, it wasn't. It was on my fucking dime because I'm the whale.
I'm the whale.
Like,
I'm the one paying.
You
for
were
it.
the whale.
I'm the whale.
A lot of these people are
Hello.
eating because of us.
I'm the money. Shit.
Anyway,
Ugh.
y'all are
Sucks.
fun. I'm joking.
Don't do it.
I'm joking over here already.
You too? What y'all know about that?
Get-
I'm sorry.
get
He,
some whiskey.
Dave, what we at on time?
58.
All together? Oh, shit. I thought it was like another 30, 45 minutes on top from the piss break.
If you're bored with us, just say that, Josh.
You what?
Are you bored with us?
No, I'm not bored with you guys.
We can have another argument about
You guys
something.
want to talk about buttholes in a minute?
That you don't understand. Like, I'm
Yeah,
just
can we
very
argue?
passionate about
Yeah,
it.
well, he started.
No,
talking
and I'm
about
very
chugging, I
passionate
was
too
like, I got
about
some stuff to
opening
say
the
about
door
that.
for people
Yeah.
to come
We
into
should
the
fight
Western
each other.
community. So like, I
just
hear where
wrestle?
you're coming from.
Yeah.
I just also have always been the person that's like, we have to open the door because if we close the door, we're starting a fight that we're never gonna win. Like you said, it's rebranding, like evolution. It's just we're losing. We're gonna lose no matter what. So
6 and 9. You ever seen
Yeah,
the 6 and 9 cartoon?
69. You want a 69
I was gonna
with me?
rope it to that, but I'm proud of you for that one. The 6 and the 9. There's like a 6 on the ground, and there's two people standing on opposite ends of it. One guy goes, "That's a 6," and he's like, "Fuck you, that's a 9." They're looking at the exact same thing from different perspectives.
So you want me on the ground or top?
So which
I'm
perspective
sorry,
do
you
you
Am I
lost
want?
the
me.
9? You're the 6. What are we doing?
Taco Bell.
Yeah. Anywho. I don't know where to veer to this to now.
Squirrel.
I don't.
I had a question. Okay, sorry, I got the questions today.
Okay.
Okay, so when I asked like how many times you've done something like this, when was the point where there was like a desensitization to it, like where you were just like, not, this isn't weird
a good
anymore
question.
to walk around a house and just be fucking buttholes out and doing fun stuff? Like when was the time where you were like, oh shit, this is so free?
Should we each go around and answer that question?
I think that's a good idea.
Start down there.
Carry on.
She's gotta warm up.
I mean, I've kind of always been in the sex industry. We talked about this like my whole last life. So, whether it be like work, I've actually worked brothel experiences when I was super, super young, 19, 20, 21. But also, you know, this funny story, I was one of the original, never mind, I'm not even going to go there. But, so
DM her for the
I'm-
OG, I'm proud of you
I'm,
regardless.
I'm
She was an
saying,
OG.
I'm saying that like once you're in the sex industry, like it almost just becomes a way of life. It's not like you're just uncomfortable. You don't look at it as this emotional like mental fucker that you have some kind of weird sense of judgment, or you know what I mean? Like just because Josh and I talked about that before, just because my moral and ethical compass is different than yours does not make me wrong and you right. It doesn't make you right and me wrong.
You can't define
so-
other people's morals.
Yeah.
No,
Like, it
like,
doesn't
exactly.
matter how
Yeah.
right or wrong you
No.
feel about a subject. You cannot tell somebody morally how to feel about themselves.
No, you just cannot. And so I
Literally.
think for me, it's probably a little different. But I also was raised in a super conservative Southern Baptist home. So my family is still like, you know, all the time. And I've literally been in it my whole ass life. But okay. So I do have that standpoint, and the fact that I am a mom and have to have those hard conversations with my children, that some are my grown children. And so, yeah, it's been different, but for me, I'm not uncomfortable. The girls know. I'm probably the most comfortable, chill one in the group, and I'll mom your ass to death. Like,
Mommy.
Yes.
So, yeah, I was a dancer for the past 7 years, basically. So I immediately was super cool with being naked. I think the more of the question is not necessarily like, when do we get comfortable being naked around each other? But like even just walking into a room with 5 girls that are strangers and hoping that like it all goes well. And I don't know if anybody ever really gets over that. Cause like, even for me, like on my drive here, I was like, oh, okay, I've talked to all these girls for weeks, months. Some of them I've known for years, but I still really hope that everything goes well. And when you're under this much pressure, even when you're friends with someone, it can still put pressure on that friendship even. So
I never thought, that's such an interesting dynamic. I never thought to even think about the fact that you wanted to make sure, how stupid.
yeah, it's not really necessarily
you
for
wanna
me
make
about
sure
the
you're
naked
comfortable
part.
with someone first.
Yeah, it's not even about
Which
the naked part. That
the
part
vibe is
I'm
everything.
Yeah, it's more about like when we walk in, like I just really hope that everyone's on the same page and everyone's just happy and we all can move through, because everyone's gonna have different agreements and we have to just agree to disagree. The 69, like we have to just agree to disagree on some things. We're coworkers.
Yeah.
But the nude thing, yeah, I mean, I've been dancing for 7 years. I prefer to be naked. I wish, my dream, my goal, the reason why I do OnlyFans, because one day I want to be out in the middle of nowhere and be able to walk out on my porch, dick swinging, my strap on, and just fucking just out and just enjoy myself, go take care of my animals naked. Like That's my dream. I'm a nudist, so
I would love to be in a nude community. Like, I need to start one of them. That sounds
It's
like
the self-confidence.
that sounds like a cult or something. But like,
You can be a
I just
nudist,
wanna-
just don't do it in
Yeah.
white boots. Just don't.
just I'm gonna have.
Or you're a
I'm gonna have
poser.
You
this-
really
I'm
want
gonna
to
have a
light
sex-
that match again?
a
Oh,
sex
sorry.
community
Yeah. We
of
really
just
want to go back
people-
that way.
Just people in white boots at my sex community. Thank you. No one else invited.
Well, this is where you tell your part.
Yeah, you're up.
My
Yeah.
turn. Okay, well, yeah, I think it's mostly just a comfortability thing. Like, you're not gonna walk in the door and be like, okay, let's have sex. Like, you have to have a conversation. Like she's saying, like, we're not robots. We're not just gonna dive into each other's assholes most of the time. Most of the time. But yeah.
From the
being-
second y'all walked in that door, it literally was about assholes.
because we've been together for the past 24 hours at this point.
literally
We
just
hung
doing
out all
comfortable
last
stuff.
night. They went fucking last night, but when we got home from the bars, like we went fucking this morning. So that was the thing. We did the icebreaker.
You
we
say
went
that
out
like
and
I go
partied.
grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like we're on a field
we were
trip.
really- we
I
were
went to
playing as a-
Kroger today.
Yeah,
By the way, I sucked like 7 dicks today.
So
I ate
just
some
in case,
assholes.
you're wondering, it takes only 8 hours to get me down.
But
So,
for a group
8
of
hours.
this size, like that's a good amount of time for us to all be comfortable with each other. Some people can be comfortable in 10 minutes, and some people are going to take a little bit longer. It's just
Yeah.
it's everybody's different. Everybody's different. So
But we're talking about you.
But
When
we-
did you become comfortable with it?
it depends on the person that I'm working
No,
with.
no,
like,
no. When did you become comfortable posting your stuff online and all that kind of stuff and really
Immediately
embracing
when
it?
I was introduced to it. Like, I'm very comfortable being that way anyways. I'm a very
Yeah.
sexual and comfortable being naked person. That's just how I am. But it depends on who I'm working with at the time of who I'm going to be comfortable with.
Gotcha.
So it's different. Just like me by myself, I can sit here and the second I was introduced to it, I was like, yep, I'm going to stick to this. I will stick to this.
It's like a
It's just
hobby.
easy.
It has to be a hobby because there's so much work involved in the beginning. The crawling part
Yeah.
is so rough and not only that, but also explaining to your friends and family as well. That's a part of the crawling process, and it's got to be your hobby. You genuinely have to like loving yourself and being
Yeah.
naked and fucking yourself and talking sexy, and you have to be a very sexually driven person in order to thrive in this, because that crawling stage will eat you alive if you don't genuinely are cool with being naked.
Do all of y'all view it as a means to an end?
No.
A means to an end.
No, like this is not going to be the rest of my life.
That's what
I
it
mean.
means
That's
to an
what
end
that's what a
means.
means to an end is.
Yeah.
You're doing what
You're
you need to do
taking
for an
advantage
end.
of it now.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be your life.
No.
Well, I'm sure that some of these
Definitely
girls that I've collabed with that are 20 years younger than me look at me and they're like, I don't want to be doing that shit when I'm her age.
you are,
Yeah, but here I am. I'm still enjoying the fuck out of it. I just go get some more
Yeah.
I just
plastic
got
surgery.
started.
I'm like, nip a little of this, tuck a little there. We're gonna keep
Ride the
going
wave.
Yeah.
Ride the wave.
Well,
I
like,
quit for
I
a
think
year.
all of y'all are smart enough to get it, but there's some that we've met with and had on that just aren't. Like, it ain't lasting forever. Like, it's not a career.
This is not
No.
what I want
Yeah,
to be
that's what
doing
I'm
with
saying.
the
Like,
rest of my
most
life,
people
for
that I like
sure.
that do OnlyFans, they view it as a means to an end. They're getting their bag while they can. They're making the money while they can. Anybody that views it more than that, like, there's only been a couple, but some people are just very unrealistic. Like, even if you made $10 million in the next 2 years, you're probably going to blow $10 million in the next 2 years. Like, you're not going to have longevity with this.
More money, more problems, and that is the
Yeah.
absolute reality about that as well. We find more things to spend more money on when we're making more money. That's the reality of any type of job that you're making more money at.
I think too, though, it's being smart. I know I've gotten, as I'm getting older, I'm getting smarter.
Yeah, because I got a lot of respect for you just because I've told people from the very beginning with this shit, like, take advantage of it, but then put the money you made from that into something else.
Yeah,
If
like-
you're not putting it into a business,
Yeah.
like, because right now your pussy is a business. But one day you ain't gonna be able to have that business gonna close. But if you take the money that you've made off of it and turn it into a bar and the other stuff like she's done, like, make it into something. Like, almost like where I have to, or other people have to have sponsors, investors, publishing companies, all that type of shit. You're your own, like, literally your own investor.
Well, you say to her, like, her pussy is going to expire and whatever else, but the reality is that we actually, like, I don't know, like, we aren't just doing our pussy. Like, there's management skills there. That's what allows her to own her bar.
Yeah, I
You
didn't
know, the
mean like
money's
her-
one thing and the
Yeah.
pussy's one thing, but then you also, like I said, to even be successful at OnlyFans, you have to have more than just those two things. You got to have all these management skills. Like you said, promoters and
Yeah.
sponsors, all those things. We get we already know how to do all that back stuff because we're doing it. We're here working with you right now because we
Yeah.
know how to network. We know how to do those sponsorship things. So, like, for her, she got to her bar situation, yes, from the money and the pussy, but she can only keep those bars if what she learned during this, she, you know, keeps it going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
business
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
delegating every situation, every level of this. And definitely for me, it has been. And it's been an experience. But I also know, like, I don't think I'll necessarily expire out of it. I'm
Yeah.
very fucking confident. Like,
But don't you
I'll
As
want
you
to?
should
so.
be.
But don't you want to?
I don't know.
Ride the
Josh. I
wave.
think maybe, yeah. Like,
If you're making a check every month for it, why
maybe
would
in
you
the
shut
next-
it down?
Yeah, in the next 5 years, maybe. But like, you know, eventually, my kids are getting older. They're
Yeah.
graduating high school right after another. I have incredible, athletic, amazing children. But like, I know that I'm gonna be grandma soon. I don't know that that's the grandma
Let me
hat I
ask,
want.
okay. Let me ask you like this.
You
then.
know?
Would you rather have to keep doing what you're doing now, or would you rather the money you took from what you're doing now and your bar and the other businesses you have? Would you rather them succeed to where you didn't have to do OnlyFans anymore?
100%.
That's what I'm getting
100%,
to.
Yeah, and I know
that's what
yeah.
I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and I look at it. I look at it on a different level because I haven't had anything that just like stopped me in my tracks about it,
Yeah.
which is odd for me because you think a lot of things. But the more controversy that I make, and more it fucking feeds me. I'm like, oh, I become an animal. But that, you know, I'm not stupid either. I was dumb. Like my first freaking 100K month, I like done stupid shit, like bought that Mercedes and
No, everybody,
all
I would do that
You
shit.
know, like,
yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
my
Yeah, I'm not
fucking
knocking
ranch
nobody
and
for that. I would
stupid
definitely
shit.
do it.
We
But
live
I
and
look at
learn.
my life
Yeah.
now, and I'm like, I really didn't need a $6,000 mortgage
Yeah.
every month.
Oh,
Okay.
But you are one of the few. I got a buddy whose name's I might have talked to you about her before. Her name's Paige Bauer.
Yeah.
And she does it. Paige literally built her dream home in Alabama, this massive ass, badass log cabin. And ever since she's done that, she's kind of scaled back a
Yeah.
little bit. But she does enough to maintain all this kind of stuff. Like she found her happiness in hunting, having the house she wanted, this other shit. And I just think with most of y'all, like I kind of want to know, like, what's the thing that you want more than this? Like the money's cool, all that's good, but like, would you rather have like a successful bakery? You know, you want to write a fucking book from the money you make off this? Like, what do you want?
Freedom of
besides
time
this?
has
Freedom
always
of-
been
yes.
my number one priority, and I think that's what it's granted me. But then, yeah, you have to use this money to then do something else that's going to give you
Yeah.
the same freedom with time. I want peace and freedom of time are my two most valuable things in my life. Like just
Don't cop out. What do you?
peacefulness.
Don't cop out. What do you want?
I already told you. I just said I want to be like super naked out on my farm, just doing that. Like that's going to be my end goal.
See,
so
that's
I'll be
that's-
using my
that-
money to
yeah.
do invest in land, and invest in animals,
Yeah.
and then just be hopefully a self-sustainable farm, and have a normal, just a chill job, a job that pays the bills. But ultimately, I've got most of my things will be paid off, so then I won't have to worry about a strenuous, extreme job like an entrepreneurship job. At the end of the day, I'm like a family woman. So like my business is gonna be my family. Like I'm gonna raise
Yeah.
my family. Like that will be my business. My husband's business, I'll help him with that. Like I'm a secretary. Like I manage myself. Like so that's what I'll continue to do is that entrepreneurship thing.
Yeah, see that's smart. Like knowing, but what if y'all? Like, as both of them are said,
Yeah.
like, what's the kind of shit that you want to lead this into?
Mine is more so like I'm doing this right now. Like I feel like I'm different from them as to where it's like they don't get me wrong, I love doing this.
Yeah.
But it's literally just providing me the life that I want to live for now. I
Yeah.
don't really want to be doing it. I don't really want to be doing it.
I
but
respect
it's
you saying that.
giving
though. Yeah.
me like I travel out of my car, so I just live on the road.
Yeah.
And it's like the easiest route for me to take to where I can do what I want to do on the road and not have to work a 9-to-5 job and sit in a coffee shop for most of my days. But
Yeah.
it's giving me that money so I can save this money up, and hopefully I want to do like real estate. I want to buy properties, flip them, sell, like rent them out, and do all that. Like that's my end game. Like I would love to have that as my main source of income someday. This is like temporary for me, hopefully. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to be doing this in the next 5 to 10 years. Like I just
Yeah.
don't.
She's a
It
nanny.
won't be here in 5
I
years.
was.
She was a nanny before.
I was a nanny. Let's hope those families don't see this.
It won't be here in 5 years anyway. It won't.
I mean, there's
I
always
would
going to be
imagine
a
it
way
won't be here
to
in 3.
make money off it. There's always going to be a way to make money off your body. whether it's OnlyFans or some
Oh,
other
Biggest
certain
job
method.
ever.
Yeah, but like unfortunately, and not trying to be like fucking a huge conspiracy theory nut or whatever, like AI and everything that's coming along now is fixing to change up all of this shit to everywhere, like everything, even like the VR sets and all this kind of shit. There, everything is going to transfer into where like it's all fucking just what's
AI
those sex
porn?
dolls called? Like the the ones that look
Tina?
fucking
You know
realistic.
Tina?
Well, I saw yours.
We got one at the house.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, people always want real. Like I was saying, that's why I get a lot of good fans because I
Yeah.
don't use AI. I don't use a management team. Usually, those management teams are using AI. I recently did a little viral collab with a girl who asked if she could spice up one of my contexts that I sent out, and she sent it back, and I could tell immediately that it was an AI person that did it.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. It sounds super cool, but if you don't go in there and fix the things, then it's never going to feel real. And yeah, that's great. You're right. VR will be okay for some people, but there will always be those people that need personal phone call communication, like real, just like at the strip club. The strip clubs are dead as fuck, but they still have a place where they're at because there's always going to be people who still want to come and have a personal feeling versus the OnlyFans was kind of the new online stripper. That's why it came out, was when COVID happened, it started because it was for dancers because they needed to go online as entertainers. And so that was the whole point of it. So evolution will happen again and, it'll keep going up, but there will still always be people that are in those niche. And if you build yourself up right now as a big player in those games, like right now with me dancing, I just went back. My money's flowing more than everybody else saying money's bad. Money's great for me because I've built a brand for myself. I have followers and I have fans that will follow me no matter where I go.
Yeah, I don't knock it. I'm just saying, like, I do feel like this is anything. Like,
Well,
you
I started that topless cleaning company in DFW literally 6 months ago, and it's grown to the top. It's not even me doing it. Like, I'm not even working it. I've got
that
girls
makes
working
so much
it.
sense business wise, though.
But it's
I
my
mean,
brand.
that's-
It's my
like-
brand.
That's a fucking genius idea, though.
It's
I
my
didn't
brand.
realize you did that.
Yeah, so I just
That's
started.
fucking
I know we
genius.
hadn't even like sit down and had a long
Yeah.
conversation. We had texted about my bar, but
Yeah.
that business is
Oh, yeah, that's always going
freaking
to.
insane.
That's smart.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm saying all this, because there's somebody that's going to listen that is literally not thinking about tomorrow. We've had people on this show that have made fucking millions of dollars and something bad happened, and now they're back working a fucking minimum wage job because they didn't think about the next step. Whether it's TikTok, Instagram, OnlyFans, whatever.
Music,
You're supposed
like
to use
NFL
these
players,
things. You're
all of
supposed
it.
to use these things as marketing tools to get to where you want to with your actual business, the ideas you have. You're supposed to let social media fund your dreams. And it doesn't matter however the fuck you do it or what your dreams are. You just have to go ahead and start thinking to yourself, hey, what happens if tomorrow OnlyFans, TikTok, whatever is done? Have you took your money that you're getting? And I'm not going to say this in a disrespectful way because I damn sure know you'll work your asses off when you do whatever. It's not free money by any means. But you're not doing a manual labor job either where some people are working 90 hours a week.
I
don't
actually
get-
prefer
We
that.
do work- I
That's
was
what I
saying-
intend on doing after this.
Yeah,
is
but
going-
you're not out there flipping burgers and shit for
No,
minimum.
I actually,
like, yeah,
after this, I will absolutely go back into construction work.
yeah.
I have always intended to go back to a manual labor job. I hate not working. I will always be a blue collar working bitch. So,
But
even
what
if
I'm-
I do get rich
Yeah,
off
don't
of this,
generalize us.
I
But
will
what I'm saying-
still
and-
always be working when
That's
it
what
comes
this job
to-
does.
That's what I did
Yeah.
in the army.
Yeah.
I was a construction worker for 4
Yeah.
years, and I just immediately hopped on this. It's like, it's cool, but I'm a working bitch.
Yeah.
I like to be doing shit. So
What
this
I
is
meant
fun,
though, and I'm gonna
but,
say it about me, not y'all, so you get the concept of this.
Like-
I work whatever 10 to 15 hours a week, but I'm not getting paid for everything extra that I do. I'm getting paid for the shows and the other stuff like that. I'm putting a lot of time and effort that I'll never get back or paid for, but I'm getting paid for just a select amount of hours a week, to where you have people that are working 80 hours a week that are getting 1/10 of that. So I'm just saying, like, I see why some people are like, whatever y'all do or what I do. They're like, oh, they're not busting their ass at all or whatever. Like, you kind of get complacent in the fact that it's like, yeah, this is hard. I'm sure, like, even like y'all doing the shit that y'all do, it's probably hard fucking with yourself all day, every day.
It is hard.
Well, not
It's
just that,
pro-
but
it
we all
probably
have to
makes your body-
travel here. Like,
Yeah.
our jobs include a lot more than
but
that.
But all of us got to remember, there's somebody like out there right now that'll listen to this and they'll be like, they'll never get it because they're not doing it.
We make it look
And we have to-
easy.
We do
yeah.
make it look easy, but it really is exhausting, especially
No,
to
it
deal
is.
with a lot of the people that you have to deal with.
Professionals
that's the
make
most
it-
exhausting part for me is to deal with half these people.
They
that I
only
have to
see
deal
10
with.
minutes of
Like,
the 4 days.
yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I just hope y'all are taking that into consideration to where start a business. Like, doesn't matter what it is.
Something.
Well, I will tell
Reinvest
you,
in
like,
yourself.
yeah. So, and me and the girls were gonna have this conversation because we kind of went there earlier, but you know, so my little hometown, North Texas, have this big fucking reputation. I have this big reputation there, and it's so funny how buying that bar created so much controversy, but also now all those people are coming through my coffee shop drive-through. They're coming into the bar. They're seeing me in there. I'm training these baristas. I'm training these bartenders. And I can't tell you how many people, old school North Texas guys,
Small town.
farmers, coming in there and they're like, you're the hardest working bitch. You hustle.
Yeah.
Like, you hustle. You take care of your family. You're a good mom. You work your ass off. And but it gave me a platform for that. While they don't see it in the back end of my OF, but they definitely see it when it's right in front of their face. Like,
Yeah.
you can't deny that shit. So it gives me a little bit of pride. I'm like, yes, I finally got my outlet there.
Yeah.
Like, I can
Well,
finally.
you got
kind of-
validation. Like,
Exactly.
You got such good validation.
Exactly.
With
And I
that.
don't know why the fuck that even means shit to me because.
It means shit to all of us. I don't give a fuck
Dude,
what anybody
it
says.
does. Like,
When-
I'm like, yes. It's almost like,
We're like treated as second class citizens quite a bit. So when you do get that like pat on the back of like, hey, I'm proud of you and like
Yeah.
you're doing really freaking good, and they see you turn that, because what you're saying right now is everybody what says that to us. Well, I hope you're turning your money into something. I hope you're doing this or that. It's like it's almost like when someone's saying that to you all the time, it's like, listen, you think I don't have a plan? You see all the shit
Yeah,
we're
but
doing?
y'all are
Or you see the
different.
shit we're doing?
Yeah, but you realize like y'all are different to
No,
where
we
there's
are,
a lot
some-
that aren't.
And that's why we're sitting here
And
with you.
you,
Yeah.
from our point of view, also realize like for some of us, it's hard as fuck to go get a business loan. For some of us, we might have $1 million idea, but we ain't got nobody to fucking fund it. Like with y'all, we see what y'all are doing, and it's almost, I don't like jealousy. I'm not jealous of it, but it's where like, damn, that's fucking genius. Like I wish I could just do something to invest into the businesses that I want. I can't. And that's where you don't really want to tell somebody else what to do with their money or anything like that. But it's like, man, if you knew what you had at your fingertips, if you knew that right now you could take everything that you've earned and create generational wealth,
Yep.
if you knew what somebody else knew, but you're doing your own thing, and you'll probably be successful and wealthy the rest of your life because you're doing your own thing. I can't see what you're thinking or your game plan 10 steps ahead. You already have. But that first step for everybody is money most of the time. And you guys have just got the opportunity to do so much. When me or Dave or somebody like that, it's like somebody that's done a lot, you're like, damn, they're really smart. I just hope they're using it right. And I think those old dudes like you're talking about,
No, it
they're
is.
probably the same thing.
is.
They're
They,
the
they
same
probably got
way.
so much fucking respect for you because you've made it and you've turned it into something.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't have to be in there making fucking cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like,
No, you're choosing to because you're a
yeah,
good owner.
like,
You're a
come
good
on, I don't gotta do
businesswoman.
that. I can go home and
Yeah.
flip my bean and make what I make
Yeah.
in a 16-hour day at that brew house. I
In
can make it in
3
10
minutes.
minutes. Like, don't play with
But you're
me.
trying to
30
provide
minutes.
and
You know
give
what I
back to your
mean?
Yeah.
community. You're
But
trying
I'm
to be a
giving
part
back
of
to
your
the
community.
I've access of employment. I'm probably pay more taxes than any other business in my
Yeah, that's the one thing you probably
know
don't
what I
say on
mean?
this
Like,
show.
yeah, and to actually have a liquor license in
Yeah.
my tiny ass town that was
Yeah.
dry 6
High
months ago,
five.
right?
That's
So,
cool though.
shit like that, but you're right, like it all comes at a price.
Yeah.
Just a damn liquor license in the state of Texas in my county is $15,000 freaking every 6 months.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yikes.
So it's like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. It takes money. It takes money, and so I've just found an influx in it and flicking my bean and wearing a strap on.
Hey, fuck, keep going with it.
Don't
I'm
say
not-
you can't do it. I've offered to strap you. I've offered to
Yeah,
bend you
no, I
over and
haven't.
get at it.
Come on.
Don't say
Once
you can't
again,
do
how
it.
I told you
Gosh.
earlier, you can't define somebody else's morals. Regardless of all the things across the board, I could love you all day and think that y'all are just the coolest fucking people, and I do. It's
Well,
just
you're
not,
just
for, me. It's not for me,
fucking
bitch.
knew it.
It's not for me.
He
Yeah.
says every time, it's not for me.
It's not for me.
You say it because you haven't tried it.
I'm saying it because it's not.
That's the thing.
for
Most
me.
people, if they just let go and try it, they would actually be in the same
It's
situation
not
we are
okay.
too.
It's not even just that though. It's that the idea
Yeah,
of
it's the idea.
someone else being in control does nothing for me
You can
either.
be in control, then it's fine.
No,
Do
like,
they do that shit in a Big Brother house? They be pegging the fuck
Is he,
out of each
yeah.
Oh my God, no. Jesus.
Oh, he's lying. That was a lie. Did you? That was a different voice than
You
the.
don't even get like alcohol in there. Like it's no. It's,
Clutched his pearl.
I was about to end the episode, but now you're gonna be the awkward one. So let's go.
there was no.
Are
Like,
you the whore or the
CBS
hero?
could never.
you asked me that earlier. What is it like a dating show or reality? Like no, it's like a
CBS
game.
could
It's a
never.
game show. It's just like
Yeah,
social
but
experiment.
If
There-
you
no.
put me in Big Brother, you'd all be in trouble.
Yeah.
I believe you. Yeah, I don't know.
Literally.
I'm right there with you. I've
believe
gotten
you.
offers to do those the reality TV shows, but every time I'm like, I think I might actually ruin my life if I do that because I'm pretty vocal and pretty I'm a character, so I would probably ruin my life pretty
You
darn
wouldn't
quickly.
work the way I wouldn't work, and me and Cam have talked about this a lot. Like,
Yeah,
like I just even
I'm
having
just good
a
at shutting up.
having a big personality, like it's good for certain things for network television. Oh no, it'd
You need to be
o-
moldable,
it'd
you need to be
over.
manipulative
I only
or
push people.
manipulated.
I only like even talked about this yesterday, and seen like the past couple shows too. I only direct everything that I do towards my beliefs and my demographic. I don't give a fuck what's on the other side. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care whatever. If you're on the negative side, you're more than likely you're never going to listen to me. You're never going to share a video. You're never going to do anything. I'm never going to pander to you to try to make you like me. On the other side of it, I just keep pushing it towards the people that love me. They share it with like-minded people, and it grows. Every month since we started this show, it has got bigger. Every single month. And I would imagine with y'all's OnlyFans and stuff that y'all do, your social media gets bigger every month if you stay in your lane. A lot of people are like, you can't tell me where to fucking go. You know what makes the most sense in life? Staying in your fucking lane
Your lane, literally.
to where you're successful.
Amen.
If you try to veer outside your fucking lane and then you're a failure in your mind, well, who the fuck did that? Who told you not to fucking keep going in the route that you were already going to succeed?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like that shit, Cam killed it and was great at it. I would have been kicked off within 30 seconds.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't have got on it. They'd have looked
I
at your
had,
social media.
yeah,
like, this
I had to
guy's
be,
nuts.
I had to be mic'd up for.
You were gonna be an issue.
I had to be mic'd up for American Idol for fucking an hour, or like an hour
Oh
and a half.
no.
And
you were like
I was
hyperventilating.
shaking. I was
Like
shaking just for the simple fact, like the person who's on it did not deserve me to fuck up and make him look bad.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole time I'm sitting there and I'm like, this shit ain't just about me. I can't fucking say. I didn't fucking talk. I was on mute for a fucking hour and a half.
You're so scared. I would walk
Yeah.
up.
This-
I
I
would
know-
walk
but-
up to you, like the only guy in
Yeah.
your whole circle that probably you don't have to worry about what I'm gonna say. And yeah, I walked up to you and you're like, hey.
You gotta let me know. Like, bro,
like,
it's all
okay.
Oh,
good.
you have to let my piece of shit
You want
friends
another
know.
drink? What do we
I'm
want?
like the king piece of shit out of all of us. And yeah, I'm telling you, like I had to be like, go home.
You have to.
First off, and you don't realize how bad your fucking friends are. Or like, and I know I'm worse than every fucking one of them, but you don't realize how fucking nasty these motherfuckers are until there's a mic on and it's recording the whole time, and that nobody knows it, so they're just talking freely. Yeah, I walked away. I pretty much sat in a goddamn treehouse the whole time because I was so scared. But the point I was trying to make is you're good at what you do. All of y'all are good at what you do. If you stay in your lane and you keep doing that, you're going to have constant success. If you try to veer, I've seen several folks that have been big on this, try to go do something else, and then they got their feelings hurt. If I tried tomorrow to be a country singer, there's a zero chance I would succeed. Zero fucking chance.
Consistency
I'm
is
the only
key.
one to blame if I think that just because of a social media following or success in one realm. Like, stay in your lane, keep succeeding, but turn it into something. Is the message that I hope all y'all kind of get.
So we're all 1099 contractors. I don't know if you know that or not. So most of us, the reason why we do what we do also is because we have the right to post or say or do whatever we want to. We
Yeah.
don't have a filter other than like the federal
not owned
laws,
by
of course.
someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can literally go as far as we want on OnlyFans or as small as we want. I know a girl named the Female Farmer Rancher. I don't know if you're familiar with her or not. She has an OnlyFans. She's pretty great, but she doesn't show anything. Nothing. But she has an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
She does no showing of anything. So I think that's also the beauty of it. Like you saying, like you like to be able to do what you want, say what you want without being like masked by someone or working for someone ultimately. And that's kind of, I think, why we all do it as well, is there is no filter. It's us.
You get to
We
be
are
you.
the
Yeah,
filter.
you get
The
to
one-
choose
the
what,
one-
what goes out.
The ones of y'all to get just be you and do it is cool. I think those are the ones that succeed. We've got folks in like our hometown or like people around like our area that try to do it, and they get so disheartened and they talk so much shit about it. But
We make it
it's
look
kind of
easy.
weird that it's kind of weird that it will probably end like this in just a second. But the same way I was telling the folks we had in here yesterday that are singers and songwriters, if you're a cookie cutter, if you're just like everybody else, you're gonna get ignored. Like it's gonna fall off. Doesn't matter if you're the prettiest goddamn cookie there. If it's literally you are got the icing on it like everybody else, but there's one that stands out. You're gonna eventually forget about these other ones for the one that stands out. It does not matter. If you're a dime a dozen, nobody gives a shit. But if you keep doing it your way, whatever you're doing, and all of y'all are kind of different. Like even like you get on my goddamn nerves because you got that mouth that just makes you want to. God, I don't know.
I can't decide who you're looking at.
Me and-
Her or me?
I'm about to show you what's in it.
But the fact that you do that though makes you appeal to your demographic to where it's like, damn, that's fucking hot. All right,
Like, you can-
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know how to put
the
it,
the more you do you, the more that people love you, and the people that don't fall the fuck off, they were going to anyway.
There was I mean, I don't know how to put it together, but confidence looks like a foreign language to someone that's insecure.
Yeah.
So you can like literally read freedom on somebody if they just are expressing themselves and being the best that they are and they're a true person. They just vibrate, and you're like, I want to be around this person a lot more.
It's a radiance.
Yeah, if you just like
Even if they're
If
cunning.
you
It's the
just
way you
put that
carry
out.
yourself. Yeah.
if you put
I'm not
that
talking
out,
about you,
it's
I'm talking about
it's
me being
magnets. People just flock to it and they want more of it.
Well, they're envious of it.
Freedom is uncomfortable to the insecure. You don't know what to do
it
with it at
is.
first. You're like, oh my god, I can do whatever I want.
Well, when
This
you're
is nuts.
when
you
you're
don't
around
like you put a blanket on and you go like, I don't want to do this.
when you're
I-
around folks
No
like that,
shade.
you know you're gonna get something you're not gonna get anywhere else.
Yeah.
And that's the entertaining, successful
Well, that's
part
what I
about
mean.
it.
We talk about it all the time. We had to get the fuck out to go figure out who we wanted to be and what we wanted to do. No one in our town basically like meshes with our thought processes, even though they're
They
completely
think me
opposite
and
ends
Cam are
sometimes.
fucking batshit. dude.
When you're an
just-
outcast,
yeah.
it
Oh my
pushes you
gosh.
forward. Like
Yeah.
not to be a like a down side of this, but I mean we've talked about this
Yeah.
before, Josh, but like grief and stuff. Like when I lost my mother, like yes, it's a terrible experience, obviously, but also now like the fact that I don't have my family and I don't have someone like worrying or whatever, like my freedom of being able to choose whatever I want versus other people have to worry about like what are my kids going to think about what I'm doing? What are my grandparents going to think about what I'm doing? What are my parents going to think about what I'm doing
Yeah.
with showing my asshole online? I have an amount of freedom right now that is wild that I actually do. Like I see other people, I'm like, okay, I see freedom in you, but holy crap, the amount of things that hold you back. And I'm not saying family holds you back, but when you do have to get
They're
out,
roadblocks. I get
when
what
you
you're
have
saying.
to
There's
get
steps.
out,
There's steps.
When you start thinking about everybody else before you
yes,
post
that's
something,
what holds you back.
Yeah, I get it. I
Once
get
you're
it.
able to
Somebody-
literally just walk through that and be like, well, actually, no one's opinion matters. Like, my opinion is the only one. At the end of the day, we all lay our heads alone. Like, we all are going to be by our own.
Well,
so.
I had somebody a long time ago, and this helped me with everything that we've been successful about so much. They told me, you do not make anything that you do, any of your art, regardless of what your art is, for people that you grew up with or that you love. Because if you do, they already love you. They already know you. Most of the time, they're going to think you're full of shit. Most of the time, every time I post any video or a podcast or anything to where it's like me talking about certain subjects or whatever, I'll have people that I grew up with, have known me my whole life, call me and be like, you're a fucking piece of shit. You know that didn't happen, or however, like, but in a playful way.
They
Like, it's not-
underestimate
it's
you
not-
a little bit.
softball field.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
go.
not. It's just the way we talk shit to each other. But the bad thing about that is those are people you value most in life.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take their opinions out.
Just remove it. And once you
if
remove
you
it,
don't,
Wow.
you're never going to succeed.
You're gonna stay in your box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think for a long time.
But
you
the
don't-
reason is why you got to look how they're living.
Yes, exactly.
They're still living that hometown life,
Yeah.
and you love them. And it's not that you want to disrespect them or go against them or whatever, but they just don't get what you're doing. And if they don't get it, you can't be mad at them for not getting it, but you have to know, like, that we're never going to see eye to eye on this. Like, you're not going to get
You gotta
what we
agree
do.
to disagree and just move on.
100%.
It's like
And-
put yourself in the room with people who are doing better than you. If you're hanging out with people who all kept themselves in a box, but then you're wanting to go out of the box, well, do you think that's really going to happen? Or no, you're always going to have the opinions of the people in the box.
If you want to be successful, be the most or the least successful person in every room you
Yep.
go to.
We just
Yeah.
were talking about
If
it. I
you-
was like,
yeah.
okay, well, I'm the most successful in every room then. 'cause-
But think of how highly that speaks for you. If
Yeah.
you're the least successful person in that room, if you have the mindset that, oh, I'm in last place here. No, don't have that mindset. Have the mindset that first place invited you in the first damn place.
Yeah. So that means
Exactly.
something.
Yeah, so that
Exactly.
means that means something.
Yeah.
I love the saying that the thieves don't break into empty houses.
Yeah.
Like, if you've got
Yep.
something to offer, that's when life, the devil, every hater fucks with you.
Yep.
If you're not getting fucked with, you have nothing to
Amen.
offer. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually a really good feeling.
Yeah. No, it's
knowing
so
that.
it is nice.
It is
yeah.
for me. I mean,
Yeah.
I deal with it every day. Shit, I'm dealing with it with the teachers at my kids' school. Like, come on now,
Yeah.
like come on.
Yeah,
If
but
that's
I'll-
what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a Nazi fucking gang of you're coming after me. Like,
Teachers.
you have nothing else to do.
I don't think
they
it's
don't.
fair
That's the
to
problem.
anybody.
They actually don't.
I don't think it's fair to anybody that happens, especially like in school. Like, I
So
don't.
fucked up.
Because
crazy.
in my mind, most of those teachers are probably doing the same fucking thing that you're doing. They're just not posting it on the internet.
Well, that's what
and
I
that's
always.
it. And that's just where you get down to a moral issue, though. They
Yes.
think just because they're behind closed doors, they're right, and because you're public about it. One thing
That's
that
exactly what I always say.
Yeah.
Just because I'm doing everything that you do behind
Yeah.
a closed door,
Openly.
right out in the middle of the fucking street,
Everything.
you're gonna get mad? Like, come on now.
But they
Let's-
do because they think,
yeah.
and this is how stupid people are. I'm big on I don't hide my sin. If I want to post something, I'm gonna post it. The good Lord in me is the only person I give a shit about knowing the bad shit I've done in life. Like, that's all I need to be okay with. A lot of people are scared to death to show their sin. Whatever your sin is, all sins created equal, it don't fucking matter. Whatever you're doing, but if you're doing something, and it doesn't matter if you believe in faith or if you believe in the universe, the person or the thing you believe in already knows you've done this thing. So why the fuck do you care about people that aren't the judge, that aren't the jury, and they're not the fucking executioner? It doesn't matter. Just be fucking free and do what you want. If they have a problem
Yeah,
with
I'm
it,
the only
that's
one
a
that's
them
going to
thing.
answer to it.
Yeah.
Each of us have our own judgment day coming,
Yeah.
and there ain't nobody else going to fucking
Did you say
be there.
Judgment Gay?
No judgment day.
There's
We're
gonna
still
be some
thinking
of
about
those
buttholes.
too.
Those too.
I just playing. You know I
But
love
I'm
you
like,
gays.
nobody else is gonna fucking be there. So why
Yeah.
are we so concerned with what they're
It's
saying?
not.
and
It's
thinking
not fair
out?
to you or anybody else that
Yeah.
has to deal with that shit from the public. Because if we can separate, I don't know why it's getting on this subject now, but if you can separate church and state, you should be able to separate sex and school and sex and state. They can't tell you what is morally correct.
Well, as soon as you do come out of the closet and do anything kind of crazy within that realm, you automatically are stamped with a red A. So you can never go back. That's the real issue with it, is that all these people are behind closed doors. If we could just openly, like Europe a little bit, be a little bit more open about our sexuality and stuff, it wouldn't be such a red A on you. And instead, you could just be like, oh, yeah, I do this, but that doesn't make me any crazy. You don't have to put me in this
Yeah.
crazy box of this person who now you need to keep away from kids and not, you now can't be a good fit mother and things like that. Like, no, you can have sexuality and be a sexual person
But
without being
you
crazy.
have to be aware. Like, I agree 100% what you're saying, because I think everybody, regardless of what it is, if I can say whatever the fuck I want to on here or anywhere else, you ought to be able to do whatever you want to with your body. Yeah, in any shape, fashion, or I am fucking drunk already. I got mush mouth. You should be able to do whatever the fuck you want to with your body, is the point, wherever. But also understand that one day, I don't know how many of y'all have kids. I know you do. You just have to be kind of aware before you have that mentality that this could be my kid one day. Like standing over here in the corner and I just saw somebody's tits or whatever. Like it's very difficult to navigate that.
Well,
There's a time and place for it.
Well, and I
You just can't just say fuck it. This nudist everywhere. And I know that's not what you're implying by any means.
There's a lot of things though that happen before the just titties are out. So like for
Yeah.
instance, like for me growing up, like I developed early. Like I had boobs and a butt and stuff like that. So I was called a slut and a skank at a really young age, like very, very young. So that kind of already set me up to be kind of like a more sexually promiscuous person. So I think that that's what I mean by the red A. When that red A is marked on you, like at that point, it's kind of like, what does it matter? Like you're going to call me a slut regardless or not, whether or not I'm already being a
Right,
slut.
they're saying it
when
so
I'm
it's
not
like,
being a
might
slut.
as fucking well, bitch.
So that's what I mean. You do the tiniest little thing, but it's out in the open. So then everyone looks at it and drops it with the red A. But in reality, it's like, but you guys are all doing the same thing, but now you're just going to do that. So it projects people like me to go further, to start taking pictures of their titties and selling them. Because after you've been said that so many times, why does it, like, it doesn't really matter as much anymore.
Are y'all? How many of y'all from a small town? You from like all of you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like all of us, basically.
Yeah.
So I remember the first time, and I can't hold a candle to any of this shit. I'm just pushing conversation forward. I remember the first time that I got back home, and I'd blown up, and there was like pictures circulating with me and my friends having a good time in LA, and we're just having a great time. And my parents like came to me and they're like, Cameron, you know, I don't know how people are gonna feel about all of that around here. And I said, well, I didn't do it for them. So
Exactly. I was really lucky. My
Amen.
parents genuinely just minded their business. My parents have always known what I did, and they've never once even came at me with a negative light. My dad's just like, heard
Mine
you.
too.
I'm glad you're
my
happy.
parents are comfortable with it.
And
with
my mom
all
is
that
like,
stuff
heard
with
you,
me.
glad you're happy.
Oh, that's nice.
They're just
but it's
so
the other
protective.
people.
I
It's
just
when they
feel
go to
like
church and
Yeah,
they hear the
exactly.
whispering.
Exactly.
And it's not fair to them, but that's the reality. Is like a lot of these people put it in their faces when it doesn't even need to be in their face. It could just be quiet. Like we don't need to make it such a big deal. But in small towns, when there's only one topic a month and it's you,
Yeah.
it's gonna stay
Exactly.
popular and they're gonna talk about it a lot because it's popular.
But
And I
in
can't
this-
imagine your perspective either because, listen, I don't know. I can deal with pressure. I can deal with stress. I mean, it happens. But I've never actually been subjected to the type of pressure that I got back after you get that, like a lot of people want a piece
Yeah,
of
you have to not give a
A
fuck.
lot of people want to talk. Every
It's a
single
lot
one of them
harder.
wants to
It's
give
a
you
lot
advice.
easier
They
said
want a
than
piece
done.
of
and
you.
give you their opinion, and
Yep.
they want you to like. I'm just looking out for you, and I want
well,
you to.
and
well, thank you,
they're wanting a response.
Yeah,
too.
it's a hard bar to meet because I'm just trying to be the guy that you liked me being, but I can't do it for every single one of you.
Like
And
he said,
not
do
just
it
like-
for
was a
everybody who
lot.
likes you and fuck them
Yeah.
if they don't.
It was just a
Well,
lot
you also
of trying
always-
to make sure I kept up with all of it, and eventually one day I just had to put it all down. Like I was
My
talking to him,
biggest-
like I had panic
My
attacks and
biggest
shit.
thing was separating
down TikTok
your
and, like-
concern with your following.
Yeah.
Like I was generally concerned when I first started OF, and it was small, 500 followers or whatever.
We'll start
and
up.
I actually thought like I was always concerned with their viewpoint of things. For some reason, I don't know why I was like that.
Everybody's
But
like
I
that.
just. I was concerned with that. And now, like, I've been going through some shit this year. My ex-husband be wilding in court over this. Like, straight up. And even has clipped out, not Josh's podcast, thank God, but Glory Hole podcast, where,
Well, I wonder why that one got picked and not this
Yeah,
one.
I know, right? Where I got...
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, like
honestly.
the pieces of
I'm
it.
sure
Sounds like
that
a great
is real
surprise.
educational.
Exactly.
It
It's
comes
a
on
men's
quickly,
podcast
and
in
it just takes a hold
Dallas.
of you.
It's actually like a gaming podcast, or not gaming, but like athletic podcast,
Betting.
or where they bet and shit.
Yeah, that
So-
sounds like what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Not
they
a-
like
For the glory.
he like picked stuff out of there to bring to court that we're talking about. Like they asked me, one of the guys asked me one time at the NFL draft. I told you about this in Kansas City. I was co-hosting it,
Go
and he
Chiefs.
was like, "So what is your view on if this was your daughter? Like how would just like?" And Josh has asked me that on the DL, not on the podcast before, but like, what's your viewpoint as you have daughters that are older? And I told them like how I felt about it. I was legit. I'm me, like I just told him. My ex-husband chopped that shit up, brought it to court. Like I'm like, what is going on? I'm not a bad mom.
No.
Like
They'll question your ethics
never.
and morals all of a sudden as soon
Yeah,
as you
but-
show any piece of skin.
yes.
But here's the thing, like all of y'all should always just like have the fucking just know that it would happen.
Yeah.
Your morals and ethics are not anything they can persecute you
No, they
legally for.
cannot.
They can say it to you all day, every day, but until they put federal law or state law or whatever in your fucking bedroom, and they're never gonna cross
Yep.
that bridge. They can't tell you what you can or can't do with your body. There's, I mean, it's. I'm telling you, there's gonna end up, and I think you might have been part of the show that we talked about it so
Breeze
much.
situation,
Yeah,
the
I'm telling
federal.
you,
There
there's-
actually are some
there's-
things that are already being passed
Yeah.
right now to try to protect, like, basically people's moral rights and ethical rights
There-
of just being able to, like,
There's
do whatever
gonna
you
be
want
a
at
huge
home.
lawsuit.
Yeah, there's too many people have lost their jobs
Yeah.
because of what we're doing, and not only
Well,
that,
lost their
but being
jobs in their
kicked out of
lives.
places. Sarah Blake got kicked out of the
Yeah.
hockey rink. You know, you're dealing with teachers at your school. It's just there's never been a law before. It's kind of like cyber laws. Before we never had cyberbullying laws. Now we do. Now you can be prosecuted for cyberbullying. But back in the day, there was lots of lives that were lost due to cyberbullying that were never held accountable. But now it's one of those things where sex workers never have gotten a lot of back from the government. In fact, we're kind of more pushed it down. But recently, because of all of these big news stories, I do believe there's something federal that's going to happen that can
100%.
protect us.
Yeah, well, it's not to protect you.
Oh yeah, it's not
No,
protecting us. It's
no,
protecting the people.
Yeah, that's
but
what I'm
I happen to
saying.
be. I am in that group of people, so it is me. They're protecting
The same thing
me.
would come into effect to why I got fired from radio for posting my own beliefs on my own public social
Yeah.
media account. It's going to be where there's going to be something, a mandate, a law, or whatever that says what you do after 9 to 5 is what you fucking do.
It protects your own privacy and your
Yeah.
own right to privacy. Like,
Yeah.
even though that we're on these big, huge platforms and we're coming out about everything and we're open about it, doesn't mean that we shouldn't still have rights to,
Yeah.
to
Our private
own
Well,
lives.
there's certain things you have to know though. If you're gonna play one side, you gotta play the other. You
Yeah.
have to know though you're giving up some things.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're making yourself public. I hate seeing people bitch and moan because people are mean to them online or whatever. Look, I don't think
Get it out
anybody ought to be
there, yeah.
mean to anybody, but understand
Like the people who
you
fight with
made
other
yourself
people
public
online.
When
No,
you
you
when
did
you
that,
hit
yeah.
upload, you became, and I hate the fucking word public figure, but you made what you just said public.
No,
That is
and-
not it. So
yeah,
you have,
and
you
you're
have
gonna
to
get.
be.
I get a ton of fucking hate.
Yeah.
They're like, "You're an old ass with your blah." Never
It's
mind.
funny when people
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
replying to the comments.
Yeah.
It's like you can't even waste your energy on that
No.
stuff. It's like the
Well,
biggest
they're
waste of
miserable
energy.
people, but and like y'all get it, but a lot of folks don't. To where you opened yourself up to this scrutiny.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
And
like,
you got
it's
to be
how you
able
deal
to
with it.
swallow that shit.
I've
Like,
gotten death threats
Yeah.
after some of these podcasts from the things I've said. I've literally
Yeah.
had people saying they're going to skin me alive because of what I've said on these
Yeah.
podcasts.
Well,
It's scary. Things scary.
Well,
people
the
have
people
some
that
crazy
listen
opinions.
to me, luckily, are good folks and not psycho fucking paths that want to belittle other people.
Yeah, you're right.
If they're listening to this, they're not just listening because they want to be mean to you. They're probably trying to figure you out more than anything. If you're listening to me, where there's a lot of other shows, and I'm a fucking dude. I am head caveman most of the fucking time. Caveman brain, monkey brain, whatever you want to call it. But the people that listen to us, they're not going to treat a woman or anybody like that. And they're actually going to give you the time and effort to actually listen to you, listen to things you have to say, to understand you. Where a lot of other shows, they're really fucking barbaric, dude. Like, they're really just like...
No, literally,
You
I've
say
gotten
one
death threats. Like,
controversial
I still
thing
get
and
them.
it's
them.
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But I
con-
say controversial shit like that last time I said I was a misogynistic white woman. Like,
Yeah.
whoo,
Yeah.
whoo. That one went deep.
Yeah, but if you would have listened, if anybody would have took the time to listen to the whole thing...
Yeah.
Like, it's clickbait. I clickbait
They just
the
take
fuck
the
out
click.
of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you listen to that whole thing, I want you to follow me. If you listen to the soundbite, I don't want you to fucking follow me. I don't want you to have nothing to do with me.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
back to that controversy.
Yeah, there's a good way to do it. There's a good. I mean, everybody needs it in some way or another. I hate it, but it is a necessary evil. Like, if you're not, like I told y'all earlier, you better fucking treat it as a means to an end. That's the same way I do with this. I want the next step of my career to happen because of this.
Yes.
Because my previous career led to this. And if you don't have people disagreeing with you or scrutinizing you or whatever, you're probably not doing it right. You're not supposed to make
Exactly.
everybody like you. You're supposed to make the ones that love you, and everybody else that doesn't like you, either make them so fucking mad that they comment, share, like your shit or whatever
Exactly.
10 times more, or they block you and then leave you fucking
Doesn't
alone.
fucking matter. Yep.
You're supposed to touch a nerve. It does not matter what you do. You're supposed to touch a fucking nerve.
I just think it's so cute that I am the subject at tables that I do not sit at.
Right?
I think it's funny.
I do too.
I think it's funny. I always like when I hear like an artist around here who sent me something, or even back in Georgia, and they're like, Josh won't play my music. Josh won't invite me on the show. They forget to share their fucking demo with the rest of the world and let them know why I didn't fucking ask them on the show.
Oh, to share
Oh,
the demo
it's
with the
all
rest of
my fault because I didn't want to put you on a stage with really talented people. I'm the problem.
Speaking of a stage with really
I've had that.
talented people,
Yeah.
we do have a show coming up this week, and we do have some talented people coming. Who's gonna all be there?
Are you trying to promote the show at Live Oak tomorrow?
Well, I'm curious. Yeah.
I wish you
we're
did. That's a good
yeah,
job.
we
That was a
are
good
curious.
transition.
of
And that's how we
discussing
end. That's a good transition. Good job, Dick.
I'm tired. So.
What? You say you're tired?
I'm tired. So let's run.
Oh, bitch.
That was the point of leading
I
into.
tried to
Let's say
fucking
what's
20
going on.
minutes ago, and you kept
My
running your
stomach
fucking
Wasn't
mouth.
trying to be kind.
Anyway, yeah, to
grab some-
We need some
Wednesday
Red
the
Bull and vodka.
13th, Live Oak, Raising Grace rounds. We end the show with some big names, but the one before that, I can't say one of them for legal reasons. But the one before that, we've got what, 4 number ones in one round, and the round before that is 4 badass women that are just
yes.
fucking animals.
Is that really long-haired strawberry blonde coming?
Shit.
I'm stoked for the entire lineup.
Oh god,
Oh
I
yeah,
love
the
this
whole
stuff.
everything
Girls.
from
Top
I
to
think
bottom.
Court Taylor and Micah's at the beginning, and Jake Blue and all them. Nate Baker, who we brought up here from Georgia. I try to bring a local artist up here every time we come that never got a chance to play in Nashville.
Oh.
Them, Blaine Bunning, and Justin Dukes, and all that. I mean, it's fucking start to finish on this one. They got 6 hours
I'm
of
excited
good
to meet
shit,
Brett.
and a bunch of big titty bitches running around half dressed. You really
My
can't. You
favorite.
can't mention it. Hey, look, I'm telling you, we're cavemen. I could have said
I'm a
every.
caveman too.
I could have said every great name that was going to be on that lineup tomorrow. But you know what the guys are going to come out for?
Big
titty
titties.
bitches.
Big titties.
We're stupid. We hear tits and we're like, huh?
That's why we work together so well, cavemen and big-titted women.
All right. Well, let's get off here before I
right.
knock somebody over the
Later.
head and drag you back to my fucking cave. Anyway, I want to thank all y'all for coming. I do appreciate what y'all do. I appreciate individuals being unapologetically themselves. It doesn't matter if it was the singer-songwriters we had yesterday or you guys. Like, there's more to you than what you see on social media. And that's what we try to do with the show, where people actually know you, can dive into you. If I thought any of y'all were shitty, I wouldn't have you on the show. I listen to other people when they tell me folks are good folks. So y'all have been cool. I know we're going to have fun tonight and tomorrow. And I just appreciate y'all coming by for a little bit.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
See, that was hot. That's how everybody's
Yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to end it, just like that.
Angelic.
Yeah, and thank you for booking this house, fucker, in case you don't do anything else for the rest of the week. And David
Oh,
McMahon.
he's doing things.
Oh, we can use this house. Don't you worry.
God, I
We'll
hope
tag
they
him.
butt
Coming for
fuck
that
you.
ass.
doing things. We're coming for that ass.
And Dave, thank you for
It's
running
the
cameras
people.
even when you didn't want to.
No, I've
He
never.
hasn't said no. He's not denying
Y'all
it.
wait till the last 2 seconds. I'm in it, talk over each other. We just did the show tomorrow. If y'all want to plug anything.
Okay, yeah, for them. If y'all got anything coming up.
Oh, don't you got the meet and greet or whatever?
Oh,
you
just for
fucking
them. Yeah, if y'all got anything coming up that you wanted
Yeah.
to shout out.
I've just got a lot of rides coming up, so be prepared for that. You're going to see a lot of bikinis and me riding horses in bikinis.
do? Most of the women on the show say rights. She said
Or
rides.
she said rides.
I just want anybody to be confused.
I got a lot of horseback riding going on, bikinis.
Anyway.
Wet
We've
t-shirt
got a
contest.
we've got a ton
Lots
of
of
girl and
content
girl.
going
Oh, yeah.
From this week. I mean, we
We
got a lot
girl
of content.
orgies, 5 girl orgies, 6 girl
Let's
orgies.
go back and listen to at the beginning of the show when we dropped all our social media. You
yeah.
can see the girl orgies.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
true.
Anyway, all right, folks. Well, thank y'all for coming, and thank y'all for listening to the Josh Terry podcast live from here in Nashville. We will see y'all soon. Love y'all.